grabbing my party essentials.
Center. Oh no. Here we go, a chance over to the near side. We're going to have to replay the torn. Down low to the near side they go, battling for possession. Zaka in the offensive end, going to be over there to Middlestad, over to Zaka. Zaka, he shoots, he scores! That's a trick! Didn't have to go, face off, and the gloves drop immediately. We got a fight breaking out here. Kostelic giving some punches up against Sam Carrick. They're right at the center ice. Going to be a big shot and a big win by Mark Kostelic, as he gets ripped down by Carrick after the fight. That's going to be an added penalty. That's going to be a game misconduct, I think, for Carrick. And the Devils are going to clear that zone over to the near side. Here comes Heischer on a chance. A shot denied. Rebound shot. What a save by Carter Hart. Waiting for it is, I believe it's going to be, it's not going to be Marner in front of the net. Here comes a chance. A shot. He scores! This is going to be Paul Cotter on the first shootout. Taking it in towards the net. Going to make a shot. Deflected by Carter Hart. Jesper Bratt moving in. He takes a shot. He scores! Jesper Bratt gets the first goal of the shootout. The Devils have a 1-0 advantage. Here we go. Mark Stone. No attempts this season on the shootout. Here's his first. Moving into the near side, over to the far. He shoots, and it's gloved by Jake Allen. Mitch Marner, ready to go. Taking it in from the near side. Working around with speed to the far. He goes, and he scores! Oh, no. Did he double shoot it? Yeah, it's correct. Gloves immediately coming off. We got a fight right here at the beginning. Who is that? Is Zadorov and number 47, that's Struble, going at it right at the opening whistle. And here we go, Zadorov laying a couple of fists, and it's going to be back against the boards on the near side. A couple of fists going either direction. Still clinging on to each other over on the far side. Now they're all the way back into the Bruins offensive end. Still on their feet, still laying punches. Helmet comes off of Struble, and still laying some punches at Zadorov. And now Struble trying to get back in this fight, but Zadorov is absolutely dominating it, and they break it up on the boards. Up to the top of the zone, over to Mantha, intercepted, and here comes a breakaway chance for the Flames. He shoots, he scores. Connor Zary getting the first goal of the game on a breakaway after an interception. There's the goal horn. There it is. I was wondering when that was going to proc. But yeah. Gonna take the draw and gonna be won by the Pens. That's gonna be Kindle. Up to the near side to Shea. Shea working down low. Gonna try and take it behind the net. Trying to create some room. Over to the far side. To the top of the zone. Over to St. Ivan. He sends a shot. Deflected. Oh, I thought that was in the net. It went over to the far side. Battling down low in front of chance. A shot. And he's gone!
He will not be denied twice. He will not be denied twice.
Bill Quinn, let's freaking go. That's how you do it, my boy. Passing back over to Novak. Novak taking it around over to the far side. Going to try and connect with Chinikov if he can. But here we go. Oh, boy. Here we go over to the near side. Carlson passing across. A chance. A shot. And he's done. Let's freaking go, baby. Save the kid.
Took it on his took it on his shoulder and said, let me just clear this one.
That is how you do it. Send the kid clearing the Penguins bench. Let's let that horn sing, baby. That is how you do it. The Pens pulling a comeback win off and not blowing it. That is how you freaking do it. That is how the Pittsburgh Mother Loving Penguins do it. If they keep playing like this, we'll be covering Penguins hockey late into the summer. Let's go! The Pittsburgh Mother Loving Penguins getting a big overtime goal. Ready to roll. Face off in the Pens offensive end. Going to be taken back by the Red Wings. Sider along the far side boards. Up through the far side. Battling into the neutral zone. Taken back by the Pens to the near side. Here comes Crosby. Looking to pass it across. Ice, a chance. A shot. It's gone! Run! Front of the net, working with that puck, clearing it out is Kindle. A chance, a breakaway. He shoots. He scores! Igor Chinikov getting his first goal as a Penguin. Let's go, baby! 2-0 Penguins. How's it going, everybody? I am Jason of Jason's Realm here today, bringing you live play-by-play coverage and reactions to the Pittsburgh mother-loving Penguins taking on the Carolina Hurricanes. A big game here in the Eastern Conference today. The Penguins getting Sidney Crosby back from injury, playing his first game since the Olympic break. Meanwhile, they are in the middle of a do-or-die race. Many a team are chasing down the Penguins. And I forgot to run my code. Let me run that real quick. Oh my gosh. But yeah, this is a big do-or-die game here for the Penguins. They got to win. They got the Islanders side up with them. They got the Blue Jackets right on their tail. They're only in by 2 points. The Blue Jackets are 2 points behind them. And the two wildcard teams are 1 point behind the Penguins, so that don't help either. Thankfully, Detroit's doing the March of the Red Wings down to the standings, in the bottom of the standings. But at the same time, you don't want to be reliant on other teams collapsing for you to make the playoffs. So getting Sidney Crosby back is a huge boost for this Penguins team. Meanwhile, looking at the other side of the puck here, the Carolina Hurricanes. They are entering today 7 points ahead of the Penguins and the Islanders in the Metropolitan Division, all but a lock for the playoffs. So they're not playing for their playoff lives, they're just playing to lock up the Metro at this point, because they can do that relatively soon. Let me go ahead and get my thing going. There we go. Now we got everything updated and automated and ready to roll. But again, this one should be a big one. Sidney Crosby back, playing his first game for the Penguins since the beginning of February. So a big boost for this team. They managed to play well and hold their own without Crosby. And even without Gino, they held their own for a little bit. Well, the Mad Russian came back on Monday and we saw what happened. Now that we get the Kid Wonder coming back, oh boy, watch out, because he's eager to play some hockey. He's 100%. With how few games are left in the regular season, he wanted to be back at 100%, not 70, not 80, not 90, not even 95. He is 100%. He's ready to roll, and this should be a fun game to watch. Let me make sure my fantasy team's all queued up, because I just realized I forgot to make sure Sidney Crosby's in my lineup. I think I did that this afternoon. Let me double check. Let me see here. Let me pull up my fantasy as we are getting close to puck drop here. My team and Sidney Crosby is in there, which is good because he's already locked. All right. But what are your guys' thoughts on this game? Taking a look at our poll in the chat, we got 4 votes, and we're splitting 75-25 for your Pittsburgh mother-loving Penguins. Because, of course, who's not going to support the best team in the NHL? Well, at least they better be after pantsing the Colorado Avalanche on Monday. Oh my gosh, that was a fun one. That was a fun treat of a game. But taking a look at our starting goalies tonight for the Pittsburgh Penguins, they're going to be starting Stuart Skinner. Meanwhile, Carolina going to be starting Frederick Anderson with Brandon Bussi as the backup. Carolina not having a good game last night, dropping, I believe it was 5-2 against the Blue Jackets. That was, yeah, they kind of want to forget about that one. So Carolina's going to be coming into this one a little bit angry, a little bit ticked off. And the Penguins still fighting for their playoff lives. So a big must win. Let me go ahead and pull up the playoff or the season series between these two teams real quick so that we can reference that. Oh, no, I want to keep that tab. I want to keep the party on 5th Avenue because, you know, when we get a party on 5th Ave, we're going to be, you know, blasting the song. But again, taking a look at the playoff race, let me go over to NHL.com/scores and go over to the Penguins game here and go to the game center. So taking a look at the season series, yeah, it was a shootout loss on Mario Day, March 10th in Carolina. Back in this building again, the Canes ticked off from their loss yesterday to Columbus. The Penguins won to avenge their last loss in Carolina and at least at worst have the season series be tied on March 22nd when the Penguins play Carolina on Sunday. What's good, J-Man fan? How you doing, bro? So we are ready to roll here, taking a look at Sid back out there, slotting into that top line with Ricard Raquel and Brian Rust. The Lucky 7 line is back out there and back together again. Yes, sir, J-Man, let's go Penguins. Let's freaking go. Taking a look at the Mad Russian on the bench as we're ready to roll here for the center ice face-off to get this game underway. Oh, man. Sid going to be taking the face-off for the Penguins. Trying to see who's going to be taking it up against. My guess is Sebastian Aho, but I can't see the Hurricanes because, yep, there we go. It's going to be against Aho. Center ice draw. Pens going left to right. Canes right to left. Carolina taking the draw quickly into the offensive zone for Seth Jarvis. And into the corner, back behind the net in front. Chance taken away. Rickard Rakell over to the far side. Flipped up by Crosby. Taken back to the defensive end by the Canes along the board. Wing to the far side. Shot kicked away by Stu. Right on into the breadbasket of Rakell. Losing control of it. Carolina pass intercepted. And here comes a chance. Russ passing across. Kicked away by Anderson. Over to the far side. Carolina taking it up now with Svechnikov. Passing across, wrestled away. Brian Rust passing down. Going to be taken away by Anderson up to the top of the zone and cleared out. A beautiful chance for the Penguins there. Just could not control the puck. Over to the near corner, down low, taken around to the far side by Keandre Miller. Along the boards, intercepted in front by the Penguins to the far side. Tommy Novak working with it down low, looking up to Chinikov, passing away, and it's going to be over to the far side, cleared out for Ryan Shea. Into the defensive end to the far side. Pass intercepted by Stahl. A shot goes wide right and over to the far side. Battling for it now in front of the net is Tanger. Passing to the far side, up through center, dumped in by Carolina. Over to the near side, top of the zone, sent back down low. I believe that was off of the stick of Stankoven. Over to the near side, moving it around towards the top of the zone for Jackson Blake. And the puck gets cleared out, moved out by Novak. And into the corner to the near side, played by Carolina. Moving it up through center to the offensive end, sending a pass to the near side corner down low. Played off the stick of Taylor Hall to the far side. Cycling around, looking for some room. Pass gets deflected and taken by Slavin in the neutral zone. Dumping it up behind the net of Stu over to the far side. Puck gets cleared up to center and taken again to the near side, dumped in by the Canes. Pittsburgh going to take it down low with Ilya Solovyov to the near side, pass to Clifton. Tied up down low, Ben Kindle in there as well. Carolina coming away with it now to the point, shot by Slavin, not going to go. Over to the far side, up towards the top of the zone, still have not had our first whistle of the game yet. Over to the far side, moving it away. Carolina taking it back, down low into the corner. Cycling over to the far side with a chance along the boards. Taken away by Clifton, pass to the near side. Slavin trying to take it away. The Pens cleared out. Here comes a chance. Racing down low, shot by Mantha, not going to go. And it's going to be frozen up by Frederick Anderson. What a chance there by Mantha, beating out the icing and being able to get a little snapshot from the corner. Just not able to punch it by. But a lot of opportunities here for the Penguins early. They are playing very aggressive and very fast. This is the Penguins team I've been wanting to see. This is the team we've been wanting to see for years. The Penguins have been playing slow, sluggish, and lethargic for years. Now they're playing fast again, and it's showing tonight against Carolina. So here we go. 17:28 to go here in the first period. Far side circle draw. Going to take the draw is going to be Nola Chari. So you got that fourth line of Chari, Soderblom, and Dewar out there for the Penguins. And here we go. Face-off going to be one up to the top by the Penguins. Kept in by Carlson. Never mind. Punch back out. Wotherspoon to the near side. Dewar working with that puck. Centered in the defensive end. Passing back over now to Carlson. Up through center to the far side. Off the stick of Dewar into the corner. Chasing it down low. Over to the near side. Going to be kicked up by Mike Riley. And all the way out cleared. Giving chase is Parker Wotherspoon to the corner. Over to the far side. Novak playing it up. Up through center and taken back by Carolina out of their own end. Over to the near side, dumping it up to the offensive end is Mike Riley to the far side. Taken by Wotherspoon. Behind the net to the near side, Carlson. Moving it through center, taken back by Carolina to the far side on a pass. Into the offensive end, down low is Seth Jarvis working with that puck. Down low towards Svechnikov. Back along the boards. Wotherspoon takes it away to Carlson. Carlson to the near side, trying to move it up through center. Here comes Crosby, losing control of it. Puck goes back into the Pens defensive end, played by Wotherspoon. Maybe a chance at a cross check. Not going to get the call, though, on Svechnikov. To the far side, played up there by Seth Jarvis, down by Tanger, passing up to Rust. Out of the defensive end, they come with some speed. Pass going to be taken away by Sebastian Aho. Over to the near side, wing to wing again to the far from Keandre Miller and back again. Up to the near side, into the offensive zone, Aho. Losing control of it, taken back by Tanger. Up through center towards Chinakhov, cannot connect, and taken back into the defensive end off of the stick there of Slavin. Along the boards, a chance in front and frozen up by Frederick Anderson. Taking a look at Chinakhov, you got that Chinakhov line out there. Might as well just call it the Mad Russian line. Tommy Novak's learning Russian soon enough, I'd bet. Oh, man. Taking a look at Stu. He is 20, 13, and 8 this year with a 278 goals against average and 891 save percentage. That's across both of these teams. March 10th, he had 40 saves, but 4 goals allowed against this Carolina Hurricanes team. Frederick Anderson had 24 saves, 4 goals allowed again, or in the game against Pittsburgh as well. But here we go. Carolina to the near side, clearing it out. Shea racing down, no icing. Into the corner, tied up Tanger. Along the boards, clearing it up through center, off of the stick now of Dewar to the near side. Cleared up to the far side and into the offensive end for Carolina. Moving it around, wrestled away by Tommy Novak, clearing it up through center. Taken back by Slavin in the defensive end. Wing to the far side and moving it vertical from Stahl into the offensive end. You got $100 on Carolina Tyrannosaurus Flex. Well, can't say I'm rolling with you, but I respect it. But Pittsburgh is with Sidney Crosby for the first time in about a month. So actually over a month and a half. So here we go to the far side, moving it around, taken by Mike Riley, clearing the zone, never mind, back in behind the net of Anderson. To the near side, up to the top of the zone, taken by Carolina, that's going to be off the stick there of Ehlers. Into the offensive end, he sends it into the corner. Played by Stu. I have no knowledge, absolutely, man, I get it, bro. I do sports betting with football, so I totally get it, man. But here comes a race, a breakaway chance. Nola Chari cannot work it past Anderson, still loose in front of the net. How did that not go in? Oh my gosh, over to the far side, the pen to the top of the zone, snapshot again, goes back in behind the net. Over to the far side, and the puck gets cleared out. This is going to be a Carolina icing. Oh my gosh, bro, how do you not sneak it by Anderson there? Wow. Frederick Anderson on his back, on his butt, trying to make the save. Oh my gosh, that was a heart attack in 2 seconds. And actually, that was Soderblom, not Achari working it out. My bad. Achari came in later trying to punch the puck in with Anderson on his backside. Wow. You know something? Not really, but it's... The thing is, I would like to have music in the background for, filling in the silence. And there's very, very much a limited selection of music I can use that's non-copyright. Actually, I'm going to be getting some worship music here pretty soon. I have a deal coming up with a worship group. So I'm going to have that going in the background just a little bit, So I play what I can. I'm just, I do what I do. Do what I can. But the Penguins going to be hit with an offside there. But yeah. Taking a look back at that save. Oh my gosh. The Penguins had about 5 good chances to punch it into the net. Picked up something recently. It seems like a lot of sports. For me, I don't have anything against dubstep. It's just not for me. It's just not my kind of jam. But I know NCS is a channel I can use for music. So, I use that for the time being. But I do have an upcoming deal. It's actually going to be royalty free, essentially, which is really cool. That's kind of the perks of knowing some people. So I'm looking forward to being able to use some of their stuff when it comes out here in a little over a month. They did a live recording the other night, and I was there for it. So it's a really good set they put together. So I'm looking forward to it. I appreciate the offer, though, man. I do. Oh man. See, I also got some very much a contested sound in my ear because I have a live feedback in my ear, but I also have Spotify, which is sent through something else into the ears as well. So I have dubstep and worship music. I don't know how it makes sense. What's good, John? Man, J-Man fans saying I just like the Penguins. I hope they win. Abso-freaking-lutely, man. Although I'm looking forward for when we get goals. I love having the goal horns we got. As long as you're playing dubstep, I'm here for it. Well, hey, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, man. But yeah, I'm looking forward to those goals, man. We got to play the Pens goal horn 8 times on Monday. I don't think we're going to play it that much, but I'd love to play it like 4, maybe 5 times. Oh, man. So taking a look here at Crosby as he's on the ice. Well, the cool thing is, I don't know if you guys have been here, like lurking in other streams I've done, but like my program will automatically play the goal horns for these teams. So when they score, I have a piece of code, a program that'll update the scoreboard and then play the goal horn, which is like really cool. So here we go to the near side. Carolina dumps it into the offensive end. Played off a Stu to the near side. Taking it out, Crosby. Passing up through center now in towards the offensive end with speed. Wotherspoon losing control of it. And we got the offside whistle. That's going to be offside on the Penguins. Looks like the Gino line's coming out there. The Mad Russian line. So the Crosby line going to hop off. Looking at Chinikov and Gino on the ice together. An incredible duo. So here we go. Man, I mean, I gotta say, Dubas knew what he was doing when he went and got Igor Chinikov. A Metro Division rival, getting him on the cheap, and he turns into one of the most cornerstone top 6 forwards you have. So here we go to the far side. Tanger wrestling into the defensive end with Stahl behind the net. Played in front. Stahl. Chance denied. Over to the near side along the boards. Played off the stick there of Jordan Martinook behind the net to the near side. Flipping it around towards the top of the zone. And sent to the far side. Man, who's your favorite Pens player? I gotta say, it's a tough call. There's a lot of Penguins I like. Over to the near side, to the point. I'll answer it more when we get a bit more downtime. Shot from the corner. Not able to go. And the Pens taking it up the other way to the near side. But yeah, man, I gotta say, I love Sid. I love the classic Sid. Soderblom's a pretty cool choice. I love Chinikov. Absolutely love Igor Chinikov. Ville Koivunen knows my sleeper. Yeah, he doesn't have the ability to get the speed, but bro tries. Bro just keeps on trying. But him and McGroarty are also pretty chill. And Avery Hayes is just like an awesome story. Going from the ECHL to the AHL, back to the ECHL, and then back up again to the AHL and then the NHL and tearing it up. Also, Malkin. Malkin is also one of those favorites because, like, he is just a national treasure. He argues with the coaches because he was injured and wasn't on the black team that had to do push-ups. Coaches said, no, you were skating with him, so he does these standing push-ups. So over to the near side to the offensive end, the Pens, we got a whistle. And you know more than me about this. Could you elaborate on the odds? We're 43% on Pittsburgh, 57% on Carolina. Is it just a season, or are there other details? So I honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I don't know how they do the spreads for hockey. It really feels like it's kind of out of a hat compared to football. But I think part of what's happening is the Penguins have been a team that's been up and down. They have really been kind of an up and down team. Carolina's been very consistent. They're coming off of a bad loss. Pittsburgh's coming off of a big win. Usually after a big win, you have a letdown. Now, they might not be factoring in Crosby coming back as a huge factor. In my opinion, it's something that swings the scales. But, you know, it could be partially that. Taken in front, Carolina. Oh my gosh. From the point shot, not going to quite make it to the net, to the far side. But I think a lot of it was the fact that Carolina had a bad game, an embarrassing game, and Pittsburgh just had an incredibly big game. I think that's part of what played into that factor. But really, it's anyone's game. The near side, top of the zone, taken back by the Penguins. There goes Ben Kindle. Moving it to the neutral zone, taking it back to the defensive end for some room. Loose puck taken by Anthony Mantha, back into the defensive end and back across again. As we're about ready to cross, oh my gosh, 11 minutes. 11 minutes left in the first. So behind the net, Dewar to the far side, wing to the near side to Carlson. And flipping it up to the offensive end to the far side. Dewar, shot goes wide over to the near side. Played by Achari down towards Soderblom. And around the far side, Dewar. Back over to Achari. From the corner, down low to Soderblom. The big boy himself. Tied up for that puck, coming loose. And we got a penalty. It's going to be a penalty on Carolina. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, sir. And that means the Pittsburgh Penguins are going to get the game's first power play. Going to the sin bin here. Yo, let's go. J-Man fan, let's go. You are freaking awesome, bro. You are freaking awesome, man. But yeah, it's going to be Mark Jankowski going to the sin bin. Going to get 2 minutes. It might have been a hooking or a holding. One of the two. Officially holding. So the Pittsburgh Penguins are getting ready to go on the power play. So here we go to the far side, cleared out by Stahl. A breakaway, he shoots and scores. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. 6 seconds into the power play, or 9 seconds, sorry, into the power play, Carolina gets a shorthanded goal. Wow. Well, getting that goal for Carolina. Let me make sure I get the right name here. So on that goal for Carolina on the stretch pass is going to be Jordan Martinook. Making it 1-0 Carolina on the shorthandy. Sneaking it right by Stu. But again, this is the problem with the Penguins. When they don't play defense, they suck. They didn't play defense on that. They let an easy breakaway. You let up an easy breakaway, you're gonna let up goals. It's a simple fact of the matter. You can't ask Stuart Skinner to stop a guy with speed 99 times out of 100. So here we go to the far side, played up off of the stick of Martinook, cleared out. Penguins got to give chase now. They're playing catch-up on the power play. 10 to play in the first period, moving it up through center. Passing back over to Raquel to the far side. Into the offensive end, Gino pass, and it's taken away as it's not really a clean pass. Into the offensive end, trying to take it around in front. Shot kicked away by Stu. Pass to the near side, intercepted, and the Pens get it back down low for Erik Karlsson. Behind his own net. The Pens are playing super defensive on this power play. That is very scary. Over to the far side, here comes Karlsson, moving it up through center, passing over to the far side boards. There goes Tommy Novak, into the corner, down low to the near side. Top of the zone, Mantha, back again. Over to Mantha, looking along the boards, trying to find some help, wing to the far side. With a chance off of the stick of Dewar, down low in front, and flipped around, and Carolina's going to clear the zone. Not quite. Chinakhov keeping it into the near side. Mantha passing across, nobody home, and wrestled away by Carolina, cleared out off of the stick of Martinook. Played there by Stu, over to Tanger. With 24 seconds to go in the power play, 8:59 to go in the period. To the near side, behind the net of Anderson, over to the near side. Carolina not able to clear it out. Tanger shot wide over to the far side. Kept in by Chinakhov. To the far side in front of the net, Chinakhov not able to keep it in now. And they got to give chase with 5 seconds to go in the power play. It looks like this penalty is going to expire. Over to the near side, power play does expire, Stahl down low, wrestled away by Tanger. Over to the far side, back down around the near side, behind the net. For the record, Stahl and Slavin going to get the assist on the Martinook goal. So here come the Penguins, and losing control of it is Tommy Novak. Into the offensive end, shot goes wide by Taylor Hall. Behind the net, wraparound denied again. To the far side, in the corner still. Working with that puck off of the stick there of Blake. Top of the zone, shot not going to make it to the net. Taken by Elmer Soderblom. Flipping it up through center into the offensive end, but the Penguins cannot keep control. Over to the near side, flipped into the far corner, and actually into the glove of Stu by Carolina. 7:54 to go here in the first period, and the Pittsburgh Penguins are staring down the barrel of a 1-0 deficit on a shorthanded breakaway goal. That's rather unfortunate. That is a rather unfortunate start to this one here. But there's still time. Still plenty of time. You still got almost 48 minutes to play, so I'm not too concerned just yet. I'd be more concerned if we were in the last 5 to 10 minutes, but I'm not right now. We're fine. Let's take a look around the rest of the NHL real quick while we have a little bit of time. We flip over to Wednesday. The other game we got going on right now is the New Jersey Devils taking on the New York Rangers. That game still tied up at 0-0, 6:54 to go in the first period. Also tonight, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, two teams on the outside of the playoff picture. In the Eastern Conference, the Ottawa Senators taking on the Washington Capitals. Big game over there. Then at 9:30 p.m., we got the Dallas Stars taking on the Colorado Avalanche. A massive game with massive playoff implications in the Western Conference. Two teams that have their spots secured, but both teams are fighting for the coveted winner of the Central Division. That will give them a big break in not having to play any of the top three teams in the NHL. Also at 9:30, we got the St. Louis Blues for John taking on the Calgary Flames. And then at 10 p.m. Eastern, the Philadelphia Flyers taking on the Anaheim Ducks. So a big slate of games here across the board. I'd say your biggest game, obviously, Stars and Avalanche. Penguins Hurricanes is a close second. Probably your third biggest game is the Senators Capitals, just because Ottawa is like very close to being able to punch it up into the playoff spots. But it's all going to depend on the march of the Red Wings. Also, the Ducks still trying to vie to win the Pacific Division. We're taking a look at Rod Brind'Amour, 8th season in his tenure as the Hurricanes head coach, up against Dan Muse in his first season. 18-game point streak versus the Metro Division, 9-0-8. Tied for the 5th longest divisional point streak in NHL history. So Dan Muse looking to try and make that 18 games. And here we go, a near side draw in the Pens defensive end, ready to rumble. Face off for Achari, going to be taking it up here against, I believe, Jankowski. And here we go. Face-off won by the Penguins. Tanger over to Shea to the near side. Along the boards, Elmer, Glue Guy, Soderblom to the far side. And taken back by Carolina. Cleared up. Shea takes it into his own end in the far corner. Over to the near side. Loose puck. Going to be taken by the Penguins in front of the net. To the near side to the far from Tanger to Shea. Moving it along the boards through center now to the offensive end if they can control it. Now they do to the near side. Comes loose, keeping it in the zone. Taking it back out is going to be off the stick of Dewar. Passing back there, off to the near side, into the offensive end it goes. Elmer, Glue Guy, Soderblom, chasing it to the near corner, down low, tied up. Puck comes loose in front of the net and taken back by Carolina. Eric Robinson into the offensive end, sending it to the far side, played by Stu over to Carlson. Along the far side boards, moving it around, wing to wing to the near side. Up through center, here come the Penguins, dumping it into the offensive end and taken back off of the stick of the Hurricanes. That was Carrier. Up on into the offensive end, now to the far side, driving down, shot off the post. Over to the far side, Aho, top of the zone from the point. Sending it down low to the near side, can't hit Seth Jarvis. Over to the far side, the Pens taking it back. Crosby in the mix. Over to the near side, wrestled away, and Pittsburgh has it. Wotherspoon to Raquel. Pass over to the far side, taken back by the Canes. Aho now sends it behind the net to the far side. Along the boards, Carolina still working with it. Sending it now to the top of the zone. A shot kicked away by Stu. Near side, shot goes high again, and Carolina clears themselves out of the zone. Played there by Freddie Anderson over to the near side. Going to be taken by Jacob Slavin. Moving that puck to the far side now, hit through the defensive end. Passing along the far boards to Miller. Into the offensive zone, they dump it to the near side. Taken back by the Penguins, Connor Clifton. Along the boards, top of the zone, kept in Slavin. And frozen by Stuart Skinner. So a nice job there by the Penguins and Stu to outlast it again. Outlast another onslaught attempt by Carolina. But I'm not liking how many chances Carolina's having. The Penguins are giving up way too many golden opportunities, and that is not what you want to see. So we'll have to see how the Penguins can respond here. Take a look here. Do we have anything? We do have a goal update. The New York Rangers getting on the board here early in that game. 4:05 to go in the first period. That goal going to be scored by Vladislav Gavrikov, assisted by Alexis Lafreniere, to go up 1-0 over the Devils, with, at the time of goal, being 15:20 into the first period. That left 4:40 at the first period mark when that was scored. All right. Also dropping puck momentarily is going to be Senators and Capitals, a big game in the Eastern Conference playoff. The Capitals have a snowball chance in hell, but Ottawa is just a few points out of a playoff spot right now. So they just got to win, baby, win if they want to make a chance. Okay. Take a look over here. Let's take a look. Is Lafreniere on my fantasy team? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. So yeah, we shall see. Okay. Gonna take a look here again on X. Let's see. There was heated exchange between Gary and an NHL GM at the meetings. The GM said to Gary that it appears the league has relaxed its standard on headshots, and Gary was irate with the question and blasted the GM. Wow.
Wow.
Oh, man. What's good, Brandon? How you doing, man? How you doing? It all depends on Fridays. You know, I'm looking forward to getting back in the swing, but I might be off and on, because I've also been going to a young adults Bible study started by my friend on Fridays. But if I get out early enough, I might be able to do both. But yeah, man, absolutely. So top of the zone, sent by Aho, not going to go, but into Stu. Over to the far side, played off of the stick thereof, going to be Nikishin. Down low to the near side, in front of the net now to the far, taken by Kindle. Tied up down low into the corner. Played around to the near side, top of the zone. Going to be taken by Carolina, sent down low from Riley. Into the corner behind the net, along the near side again. The Penguins wrestling it away, but it's going to be punched over to the far side. Carolina, centering pass, broken up. Mantha now with it to the far side. Trying to move it out of the zone, he does. Center ice now into the offensive end. Brazeau to the near side. Sent back in behind the net of Freddie Anderson to the near side. Played by Morgan Riley. Moving it up the near side now through center ice. Trying to dump it in, he does. Over to the far side, played off the stick of Shea. To the near side, Tanger. Along the boards, flipping it up now into the neutral zone. Chasing it down, Carolina gets it wing to the far side. Dumping it into the offensive end to the near side corner. Played there off a Tanger, down low, Stahl trying to take it away, he does. Sent down low, loose puck behind the net, and going to be battled for along the far side now. Still tied up by the circle on the far side board. Shea comes away with it in the corner. Passing to Gino to the far side now. And it's up through center, but the Penguins losing control. Into the offensive end, Martinook dumps it. Chasing it to the corner. Behind the net now. Over to the near side. Moving it out the other way. The Devils getting a goal. We'll update that here in a second. Into the offensive end comes Svechnikov. Over to the near side pass. Taken back. Here comes Gino. The Mad Russians Christmas. Passing across. Nobody home. And Carolina moving it out the other way. Svechnikov into the offensive end to the far side. Wing to wing pass. Slavin with it down low. Shot goes off the pad of Stu. Along the near side corner down low. Crosby in there trying to wrestle it away. Wotherspoon losing his stick. Over to the near side. Carolina with it. Sends it down low behind the net to the far side. And going to be taken back in behind the net towards the near side by the Penguins. Passing up through center, Raquel to the far side, Rust shot denied. Over to the far side they go, taken by Slavin. Passing up now, Svechnikov with the puck. Into the offensive end, passing across, not able to connect with Slavin. Along the boards, down low, giving chase, there's Carlson. Behind the net now to the near side, passing up, and that's going to be off of the stick there, I believe, of Dewar. To the near side, down low. Dewar trying to find some help in the corner with that puck. Leaves it for Achari. In there trying to free that puck up. Soderblom getting in there too, join in the party. Up to the top of the zone, wing to Solovyov. Sends a shot, goes wide, behind the net Achari. With that puck cycling it around to the near side, trying to wrap it around in front. Chance, loose in front of Freddie Anderson. It still is loose, and now he gets the freeze. A nice effort there by Dewar and Achari to try and punch it in. Just could not sneak it by Freddie A. So yeah, the Devils did get a goal, tying up that game at 1 apiece. That goal going to be scored by Nico Hischier on the power play, assisted by Connor Brown. Time of goal was 16-13 in the first period. tying the game up at 1 apiece. Also, Senators and Capitals are puck dropping now. So over to the near side, top of the zone, Achari's shot, and it's going to be frozen by Freddie A again. All right. So we shall see here. Taking a look there at Dewar. Blake Lizotte, he'll be reevaluated in 4 weeks, so effectively he's done for the regular season. He'll be a playoff kid because, well, the 4 weeks from now is the Penguins' last game of the season, which is incredibly hard to believe. But Carolina to the far side to the offensive end. Eric Robinson sending it towards the net over to the near side. Kachuk and Chabot in that game. All right, we'll keep an eye on that, man. And that puck over to the near side, Keandre Miller, and it's going to be a whistle. I believe it's going to be offside on Carolina. All right. Let's see. What do we got? Let us see. Oh, are you kidding me? The NFL is laying the groundwork for hiring replacement officials this season if the league is unable to agree on a new CBA with the Refs Association. That's kind of scary. But we'll see. Taking a look at Elmer Glue Guy Soderblom. Okay. So we'll see. 2:25 to go in the first period. 12 shots on net for Carolina, 9 for Pittsburgh. And here we go. Near side, neutral zone draw. Gonna take the drop for Carolina is Taylor Hall up against Ben Kindle to the near side. Won by Carolina. Miller wing to wing. Dumping it into the offensive end to the near side corner. Sent by Tanger. Behind the net, puck is loose. Loose to the near side now, and that's gonna be a no penalty. Okay, Kindle taking a shot to the face and no penalty. Shot kicked away by Stu. Over to the near side, Mantha taking it down low to the far side. Played by the Penguins now to the near side. In front of the net, chance. What a shot by Carolina. Could not punch it in though on Stu on a wide open chance. Over to the near side, down low for Carolina. Looking for some help. Sending it down low again, off of the stick, down low, wrapping it around. Shot goes wide. A nice chance there by Stankoven. And now played and cleared up by the Penguins. Over to the near side. Giving chase is going to be Carolina off the stick of Miller. Both teams going to go for changes. Chasing down now is Chinakhov. Over to the far side. Moved out by Carolina. Taken by Wotherspoon in the defensive end. On a pass now to centering pass into the neutral zone to the offensive end. Gino. Pass to Chinakhov. Shot not going to go. Gets blocked. Top of the zone. Chinakhov not able to hold the zone. With the puck wing to the far side. Dumped into the offensive end. Chasing it off of Frederick Anderson to the far side. And puck goes. Taken off of Chatfield. Cleared out all the way. And giving chase is Wotherspoon. Trying to pass it up. Over to the far side circle. Sending it along the boards through center. Taken back by Carolina in the neutral zone. Tied up for that puck in front of the benches, and Carolina dumps it into the offensive end. Played by Stu. Over to the far side. The Penguins losing control of it. Taken by Carolina in front. Pass far side. Shot denied by Stu. Over to the near side. Top of the zone. Sent back down low. Into the corner. Tied up now and cleared up by the Penguins. And it looks like we got ourselves a whistle with 31.9 to go in the first period. All right. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. But how are we feeling about this game, everybody? How are we feeling about it? So here we go. Near side offensive zone draw after the icing by the Penguins. Gonna be Aho taking the draw here up against Achari. Aho gets the boot though. Gonna be taken there by Seth Jarvis. Won by Carolina. Top of the zone, Miller. With that puck, centering pass down from Jarvis to the far side. Played around towards the far side, wrapping it around Carolina with a chance. Top of the zone, cycling around along the boards. Svechnikov down low. Able to cycle it to the near side, trying to clear it up the other way. Along the boards, towards the top of the zone. Carolina keeping it in for now. Along the near side, Svechnikov. 6, 5, 4 to the far side. 3, 2, 1. Shot, and not going to get a goal before the end of the period. So your score at the end of 1 is going to be the Carolina Hurricanes 1, the Pittsburgh Mother-Lovin' Penguins nothing. Shots on goal was 13 for Carolina and 12 for the Penguins. Taking a look around the rest of the league, the Devils and Rangers still tied up at 1 with just under a minute to go in the first. And the Senators and Capitals still tied at nothing apiece with 17:48 to go in the first. All right, so how we feeling, everybody? How we feeling? Let me see. Let me see. So that period, not really an ideal period for the Penguins, but, you know. Oh, the Devils. Evgeni Malkin getting the goal. No assists as of yet. 2-1 Devils with 43 seconds to go in the first period. All right. Let's see. We might see Bagel. We might have a Bagel sighting tonight. We'll see. Bagel. What you doing, huh? Yeah. We got the Bagel sighting, huh? All right. Well, you know, I realized something. I gotta go and make my own March Madness brackets. That's what I was doing before the stream. I was making my own March Madness brackets because there's no easy format. How many periods are in hockey? There are 3. There are 3. But yeah, for March Madness, I realized I need to make my own brackets because all the other brackets have like extraneous, like a black bar on top or something stupid. Something stupid that I don't need. So I say, you know what? When you don't like the brackets you're provided, make your own. And that is exactly what I'm doing right now, trying to build out a bracket template that I can print off. So, fortunately, it's almost done. It's just time consuming and frustrating, annoying. Because that's a problem. That's one of the problems I have with March Madness. They always like to throw all this extra stuff. I don't need it. I just want a simple bracket. A simple bracket that just has the bracket and maybe a little bit of basic information at the top. I don't need a big black bar that's going to burn all the black ink. Quite simply. So. We will see here. Okay. Oh yeah. We are ready to roll here. Okay. But yeah. Taking a look around the rest of the league again, still no other goal updates. We'll provide some stats here from this game though, as we have some time. We go into Gamecast. And diving into the stats here, hits are actually official shots on goal. We're 14-12 Carolina leading. So Cheryl's saying, let's go Pens. Welcome back, Sid the Kid Crosby. Yes, ma'am. It's Sidney Crosby's night to shine. Unfortunately, they haven't been doing much shining tonight, though, but that could be resolved. Uh-oh. I just lost a very important quarter. There it is. This quarter, I made March Madness predictions with it, so I gotta store it just in case it goes undefeated somehow. Okay. Let me see here. Is this one here? Yep. Okay, that looks right. Let's see. Boom. Just trying to get myself coordinated here so that I am good to go. Because I need to print off like 35 of these brackets tonight, so I can fill them in. Because I'm very much a pen and paper bracket tracker kind of guy, so I got to do it this way because otherwise I'm going to be burning through more black ink than it's worth. So it's rather unfortunate that nobody can make a simple March Madness bracket, but diving through the rest of these stats here. Let me go ahead and pull these up. So again, 14 to 12 shots on goal favoring Carolina. 10 hits for Carolina, 5 for the Penguins. Then Carolina serving the game's only 2 PIMs. Faceoffs are going Carolina's way, 53.3% to 46.7%. The lone penalty of the game went to Mark Jankowski, got 2 minutes for holding, and Jordan Martinook got the shorthanded goal, assisted by Jordan Stahl and Jacob Slavin. Also looking at your injury report, Shane Gostis-Pierre is out. He's expected to return March 20th. Pyotr Kochetkov is also on IR, expected to come back by the 11th. Looking at the Penguins, their injury list. Kevin Hayes was listed as a healthy scratch. I believe Sam Girard was a scratch as well. And then Blake Lizotte is out for at least 4 weeks. Ryan Graves also on IR. He's expected to return the 21st. We'll see what happens there. And Philip Hollander is on IR, expected to come back on April 2nd. So diving into our shots on goal for those who have fantasy or parlays, we'll go ahead and do that. For the Penguins, Noel Acciari, 4 shots on net. For Igor Chinakhov got 1. Sidney Crosby with 1. Dewar with 2. Anthony Mantha with 1. Brian Rust with 2. And Elmer Soderblom with 1. For Carolina, Sebastian Aho with 3. Jackson Blake with 1. Taylor Hall with 1. Seth Jarvis with 2. Jordan Martinook with 2. And Logan Stankoven with 1. Alongside Nikishin with 1. Slavin with 2. And Sean Walker with 1. All right. We're taking a look in the Lenovo Center. Carolina still clinging on to that 1-0 lead. Taking a look as well, the Devils and Rangers hitting the end of the first period there. So we'll see what happens as we track it. As we do. Let me see here. What's Money Puck saying? So going into tonight, the Penguins are projected at an 81.8% chance to make the playoffs. The Islanders are actually the weak team out of the 3. Columbus at 70.1, the Isles at 75. But diving into this specific game, they are giving Carolina a 68.67% chance of victory. Penguins at a 31.33. Taking a look again at the stats here. The deserved to win-o-meter, though, is favoring the Penguins. It's an unfortunate, not an actual statistic, but it is cool to see. Pens win 62.1% of the time after 1,000 simulations. And it makes sense. Carolina has had a lot of shots spread around. The Penguins have been crowding the net on their shots. Like, just looking at the game on Money Puck, you see the difference. The Canes are shooting from all around the offensive end, which is good in a sense, but also not good. Because that means that you're not really, you're not getting a lot of high quality, quick shots in front of the net. Whereas the Penguins are pretty much exclusively in front of the net. You have one of them off to the left of Freddie Anderson, 3 to the right in the circle, but nothing back at the line. Carolina's had like a couple of them back near the line, a bunch of them all over the circles, and a couple right on net. So, after what I'm seeing here, Pittsburgh it's just a matter of time. I mean, Frederick Anderson's been playing incredible. It's just a matter of time at this point. So, we'll see. Taking a look at some of the top lines here for the Penguins. The most time on ice goes to the Raquel Crosby-Rust line, followed by the Malkin Novak-Chinakhov line, and then the Soderblom-Acciari-Dewar line. So very interesting to see that 4th line getting essentially 3rd line time. Also your top pairing, obviously, Carlson and Wotherspoon, followed by Shea Letang. So we'll see as we are rolling our way here in the first intermission. Taking a look at our poll over there in the chat, we got 15 votes in the poll. We're splitting 60-40 for the Pittsburgh mother-loving Penguins. Okay. Let me set this over here because I think I am good. That'll take me like 2 minutes to finish off that. So I can do that after the stream. But yeah, we are ready to rumble. And the Senators Capitals have 11-11 left in the first period there. And we don't have any other games starting until 9:30 p.m. Eastern. So It'll be kind of a dead zone. We got 3 games right now and then 3 games later. So we'll see. As they're still chilling here at that first intermission, let's see if we got any news on X while we scroll. Okay. Oh, Carolina or Colorado sent something on X. Let's see. Let us see. Oh, that's Wedgwood. That's Wedgie. Bro got pulled during the Penguins game. Yeah. But we'll see. We will see. So far, though, we haven't had a party on 5th Avenue. But we'll see. Carolina having a lot of chances. The thing is with the Penguins that they have struggled to get the puck out of their own zone. When they struggle to get the puck out of their own zone, they struggle to play hockey. And that's kind of what we've been seeing out of the Penguins right now. So, we'll see if they can manage to get back on track here at any point soon. But it's going to take a little bit of work to make that happen. It's going to take a little bit of work. They got to get stronger defensively. They got to get more sound. And they got to somehow make something happen. So, we'll see. We will see. Okay. Oh, we'll see. We will see. Man, my feed got like heavily football like loaded. I don't know. But we'll see. We will see. Okay. But yeah, we will roll. Oh, work has begun to get the stage set for the NFL draft in the Berg. Let's go. Bro, I'm gonna do what I can to make sure I get down there. Okay. Yo, what's good, Gavin? How you doing, man? How you doing? Let's see. I'm hanging in there, man. I am hanging in there, getting ready to do a lot of writing tonight because there is March Madness brackets that need filled out, and I got to fill them out. I already have them filled out on the computer. I just got to transcribe them to paper because ESPN's March Madness does not print very well, so I have to make my own brackets, print them, and then fill them all in with what I had on ESPN. Because I always love tracking. Like, that's my favorite thing in March, is tracking everything on paper. So, that's what I always do. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. Let us see. Okay. What is going on up there? Okay. So we'll see. We will see. Okay. So let's see. We're getting ready here for the second period here in just a few minutes. Okay. So let's see. Let us see here. Bro, why my XP is like so moved away from hockey now it's not even funny. Okay. But we'll see. Oh my gosh. Dave Molinari is saying, wonder if the Bengals will try to deduct all these charitable contributions on their tax form. Considering how charitable they've been tonight. Oh man. That's crazy. That is crazy. But we'll roll. We will roll. Do we have any other updates? We don't have anything out of Ottawa and Washington because, well, they're just not putting goals. They're not putting the puck in the net. Okay. So we are back here in Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina. Taking us here, and we're getting ready for the start of the second. Hopefully we'll get a little bit more out of the Penguins here because they got to make something happen. Okay. So we'll see. We will see. Okay. Man. Well, we are ready to roll. Look at Mark Stothers, the assistant coach for the Penguins. Do an interview with him. Okay. Okay. But yeah, we will see. Let me grab myself a little drink here. Okay. Oh, we'll roll. Okay. So we are back here in Carolina for the start of the second period. Okay. So yeah, ready to roll here. Well, that was bad. That is interesting. Yesterday's Jets game is only being officiated by just one referee yesterday. But here we go, over to the near side. The Penguins winning the draw to start the second period. Behind the net of Anderson, moving it around to the far side. Carolina clearing the zone. Taken there off of the stick of Wotherspoon. Now along the boards to Ricard Raquel. Into the offensive end, looking for some help. Behind Frederick Anderson they go. Played to the far side boards and down into the corner. Penguins trying to rip it away with Crosby. Over to the far side, moved now by Aho, clearing the zone. Over center ice to the near side by Seth Jarvis, dumping it up into the offensive end to the near corner, taken by Erik Karlsson. Over to the far side, through center. Here they come into the neutral zone, dumping it up towards the offensive end to the far side, played by Anderson to the near side. Off of the stick now of Ehlers, I believe it was, into the corner, down low. Behind Stu to the far side, Tanger to the near. Along the boards, top of the zone, and we got a whistle. We are waiting to see what the whistle is going to be here. But we got a whistle. So let's see. Let us see. So near side circle draw won by the Penguins. Tanger to the far side. Trying to move it up along the boards into the offensive end. Far corner, Chinikov chasing it down to the near side. Aho along the board, Stahl battling for it, taken by Gino to the near side. Novak, top of the zone, sent back in, down low by Shea. Along the boards to the near side, kept out now. Carolina through center, wing to the near side towards Martinook. Taken by Shea down low, passing it along the boards. Off of Solovyov to the near side. Wing to wing pass from Novak into the offensive end to the near side. Taken back Novak, now back into the offensive end. Leaving it for Gino. Shot, and it's going to go out of play. As the Hurricanes clear from the goal crease on the partial side, Soderblom breakaway, not closing a hand on a puck. Penalty shot. Yeah, I don't know, man. This officiating crew is not known for the greatest calls. Personally, I didn't catch the detail on that, if I'm being honest. If I am being completely honest, I did not fully catch the detail on that because I'm trying to make sure I get names, but I don't know, man. We'll see. Over to the near side, Carolina taking to take it out. Now they will to the near side. Wing to wing from Blake to the far side, to the offensive end down low. Passing in front, not able to connect. Along the boards now, here comes Anthony Mantha with that puck out of the neutral zone. To the far side, into the offensive end, he dumps. Behind the net of Anderson to the far side, he plays it along the boards and taken out by Carolina. Here comes a chance. Into the offensive end, far side, centering pass, shot, denied. And the puck goes out of play. We got ourselves a whistle. Okay. We got a little bit of liquid IV left from earlier today. Go Mantha, go Malkin. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, John. All right, taking a look. The Rangers early in the first period, tying up the game at 2 apiece. That goal going to be scored by Mika Zibanejad, currently listed as unassisted. But Carolina to the far side, top of the zone, near side, in front of the net, it's loose. Far side shot, not going to go, off a couple bodies. To the near side, top of the zone, sent back in, down low. Carolina giving chase, now to the far side, along the boards. Down low behind the net to the near side, Carolina still on it. Loose in front, flipped out by Pittsburgh to the far side. And going to be played now in front of chance here by Jankowski. To the near side, the puck goes loose. Along the boards, a Pens off a Dewar. Clearing it up through center, but Carolina all over it. Jankowski to the far side. Into the offensive end, they send it. Back on in behind the net of Stu. Over to the far side, Wotherspoon. Passing it across. Moving it out now off of the stick of Achari. Off a Dewar into the offensive end. Under 17 to go in the second period. Over to the near side. Here they come are the Carolina Hurricanes. Dumping it to the offensive end. Played behind the net is going to be off a Tanger. To the far side, over to the near. Off the stick of Shea. Into the offensive zone, he sends it. Into the corner, chasing it down low. Over to the near side, Svechnikov. Losing control of it, Russ trying to wrestle it away. Svechnikov back on it and clears the zone. Taken back by Shea. Centering pass now loose to the far side. Taken back by Carolina up on into the offensive end, but cleared right back out by the Penguins. Waiting on the delayed offside. Raquel gets it. Sends it in front of the bench and back into the defensive end. From the far side, moving up through center into the offensive end now on the far boards. Raquel, shot goes wide. Over to the near side along the boards. Rust wrestling that puck away, and it goes loose into the neutral zone. Dump back up. There goes Raquel passing back to the defensive end, trying to create some room and dumping it up into the offensive end. Giving a chase down low to the corner to the near side off of Jalen Chatfield and clearing it all the way out. Taken back by Connor Clifton behind his own net. To the far side, sending it intercepted by Carolina, over to the near side with a chance. Along the boards, top of the zone pass, shot from the point, not going to go, loose in front, still loose to the near side, and here comes Tommy Novak. Up to the near side, trying to move it through center. Taken back off of the stick of Martin Hook. Over to the near side along the boards. Wrestled in. It's going to be taken there into the offensive end off the stick of Sean Walker. To the near side, down low, taken by Solovyov. To the far side, back across to the near, Connor Clifton. Looking for some room, looking for some help. Not going to get much. Now going to move it out himself to the near side off of Chinikov. Wing to the far side, taken back by the Hurricanes. And we got ourselves a whistle here. I believe that might be an offside. All right. Let's take a look around the rest of the NHL. Still no score in Senators Capitals. And still 2-2 in Devils Rangers. Okay. So taking a look at Stuart Skinner as we are ready to roll. Face-off taken by the Penguins over to the far side to the offensive end. Soderblom sending it up to the top of the zone, sending it down low. Played by Kindle, centering pass taken by Carolina. Over to the near side, out of the zone. Giving chase down, Wotherspoon to the far side, Carlson. Carlson through center, and that puck going to be loose to the far side, taken by the Penguins into the offensive end. Carlson with a chance, a shot, denied to the near side. And the puck gets cleared out by Carolina. Here comes your foot race, no icing. Beaten out is Hall. And over to the far side, the Pens going to clear the zone themselves. But taken by Nikishin, dumped into the offensive end by Carolina. Over to the far side, into the defensive end, the Penguins with the puck. Now moving it along the boards in front of the benches to the offensive end. Taken off of the stick of Kindle. Looking for some help, sending it down low. Over to the far corner, Anthony Mantha in there. Same with Noel Achari. That puck going to get jarred loose and moved out by Carolina. Here comes their chance into the offensive end. To the near side, down low, shot by Walker, denied. Along the boards, top of the zone, sending it down low behind the net. Over to the far side, here comes Chris Letang. Up through center ice he goes, passing to the near side to Novak. And into the offensive end it goes, but Carolina is tying that puck up. Down low to the corner, over to the far side, going to be taken by Miller. Backing across to the near side. Here comes Walker, passing up. Along the boards to the offensive end, driving it down low, Svechnikov, cycling around the net to the far side. Pass to the point to the near side from Chatfield, shot from the corner, Aho not going to go. Into the corner, near side, down low, Aho racing for the puck. Taken back by Pittsburgh, Nolachari in there, or Soderblom, sorry, in there for now. And puck goes loose, taken back by Tanger. Over to the far side, he sends it along the boards. Now centering pass to the near side. Here comes Achari into the offensive end and taken back by Carolina. Jalen Chatfield with the puck. Over to the center ice area. Now into the offensive end. Here comes a chance. Shot denied as it goes wide right. Over to the near side. The Penguins trying to wrestle it away in the defensive end, but Svechnikov working hard with that puck. Cycling to the near side, top of the zone, sent down by Chatfield. Into the corner, taken back by the Pens. Over to Crosby, centering pass. Up through center ice now to the offensive end. Russ passing to Raquel. Over towards Russ, not able to connect. Into the near corner, Crosby sending it down around to the top of the zone on the far side. Now back on in behind the net to the near side and taken back by Carolina. Into the neutral zone to the offensive end along the near side boards. Down low is Slavin. Tied up for that puck. He loses his helmet. Over to the far side now through center. Here come the Penguins. Into the offensive end. Russ sends it. Wotherspoon giving chase into the corner. And over to the near side. Carolina going to clear the zone, but taken back by Connor Clifton. Into the offensive end. Taken back by Carolina. Here comes the chance. 3-on-4 into the zone. Shot from the corner. Not going to go. Over to the near side, top of the zone, Walker shot and frozen up by Stuart Skinner with 11:41 to go in the first. Or in the second, not the first. We're in the second period, not the first. Oh, man. Go ahead and take a minute here just to breathe. Okay. Take a look around the rest of the NHL. No score updates. The Senators and Capitals still tied up in nothing with 1:25 to go in the first. 14:11 to go in the second. And Devils and Rangers still tied up at 2 apiece. That is the one thing with this game. There's not been too many whistles. There has not really been many whistles like at all. So the game is moving quick. And I mean quick. But we'll see. We will see. Okay. So let's see. Let us see. Okay. So yeah. Taking a look on X while we have some time here. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Cole Hudson is Alex Ovechkin's first teammate born after he made his NHL debut. That's kind of crazy. That is kind of crazy. But we're back here in Raleigh, North Carolina. 11:41 to go in the second. Carolina still holding on to a 1-0 lead. Stu sitting there in net looking for some run support. Needing some run support from the Penguins. We'll see if the forwards can get the job done. Taking a look. Career versus Carolina. 3-1-2 with a .297 goals against average and a .917 save percentage. So, he's doing his job right now. And here we go. Got face-off on the near side circle. Won by the Penguins. Solovyov down low behind the net to the far side. Trying to pass it up. Pass deflected to the near side. Carolina now up to the top of the zone. Ehlers wing-to-wing shot denied by Stu. Over to the far side along the board still. Top of the zone. Here comes your foot race. Trying to take it out and taken by Carolina. Back on into the offensive end. Played by Stu. Looking to move it to the near side. Solovyov along the boards. Played now by Martinook into the corner. Down low. Moving it around along the near side. Sent down low again. Cleared up to the point for Carolina. Far side shot. Not going to make it to the net. And that's a late hit, but no penalty. Up on into the offensive end comes Igor Chinakhov with a chance. A shot goes wide over to the far side. And going to get moved up to the top of the zone. Still cycling it, though. The Penguins. Can they keep it in? Kendall, near side. Not much of a lane, though, and not much help to be had. Taken back by Carolina. Svechnikov into the offensive end, looking for some help. Taken back. That was Ehlers, my bad, not Svechnikov. But over to the far side. Into the offensive end for the Penguins now. Mantha with a chance. A shot. Denied and frozen up by Frederik Andersen. Okay. Let me go back here and do this. We kind of just chill it out back here. All chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool and all shooting some b-ball outside of the school when a couple of guys who were up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got one little fight. Me mom got scared. She said, "Well, with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air." Okay. Okay. So here we go. Near side, quick shot by the Pens. Not going to go. Down low, Aho to the near side. And wrestling it away. Crosby tied up for that puck still. Along the boards. Moving it around. Still tied up. To the top of the zone. Moved out by Carolina. Near side chase. Centering pass by the Penguins up through center ice. And into the near corner. Down low. Raquel able to beat out the icing in front. Crosby. Chance. Shot. Oh no, he scored! I didn't see it in the net, but the Penguins got the goal. Oh my gosh, that is Sidney Crosby! Oh, it's been a long time since I've been able to do that. Let's go. That was a quick little in and out dink and dunk shot. Yeah, it went in, bounced off the back of the net after crossing the plane, bounced off the box and shot right back out. So I thought it got stopped by Freddie Andersen. But no, a goal for the Penguins and over to the near side looking for some more down low. Man, that was Sidney Crosby's first game since February 5th and his 28th goal of the season. Over to the far side, taking to Carolina along the boards, down low. And up to the point. Carolina cycling it around. What's up, Dad?
Technical issue.
What?
Question I may ask.
What's up? Over to the far side?
How do I created my first bracket, but it wouldn't allow. It told me that I could name my thing, but it wouldn't tell me. Didn't do it.
You got to go here to the gear.
Yeah, but it tells me.
Enter your name.
It told me that it was too early.
Over to the near side. Chance denied by Stu. Along the boards, top of the zone. You just missed Sidney Crosby get his first goal. And a chance in front. Carolina denied by Stu again to the near side. Oh! That's not a penalty, surprisingly enough. That could have been a 2 for boarding because he got thrown into the boards. But apparently we can do that now. Over to the far side now, into the corner, down low, cycling it around. Tanger trying to move it out along the boards. To the near side, top of the zone, to the neutral zone it goes. Racing forward is going to be Keandre Miller. Here comes Connor Dewar. Shot denied. And the puck gets cleared up to the top of the zone, kept in by Chinikov. And it's, never mind, going to be offside. The goal main, that was scored by none other than Sidney Crosby. Getting the Penguins on the board. What? Your awesome picks.
What? How do you spell? Oh, A-U-S.
Nice, Dad. It's Dad's awesome picks. A-W-E-S-O-M-E. How'd you not know how to spell awesome?
A-W-E?
A-W-E. Awesome. You're telling me. And you didn't have to drive 40 minutes each way. On top of a full day.
There. I got my first one.
But yeah, now you get to do a couple more if you want. Are you going to join us for the rest of this?
No, I'm finishing up the.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Man, but we'll see.
Having trouble with that.
Yeah. Okay. Let us roll. Let us roll. Okay. So let's see. Let us see. Again, just taking a look on X. We have some time. Okay. So they are back here in Carolina. And here we go. So, Carolina right now, needing some work. Needing to do some work after the Sidney Crosby goal. I believe Rust and Raquel are going to get assists on that. So, that's good. That is good. But here we go, back here, ready for the face-off, looking at Crosby on the bench. And the face-off one over to the far side. 60 points this season. This is 18th 60-plus point season. Tied for the third most in NHL history, by the way. So over to the near side. Here come the Penguins trying to wrestle that puck away in the corner down low. Puck comes free. Chinikov wing to wing to the far side. Up through center. Connor Clifton dumping it over to Malkin. Malkin gets stumbled up. And over to the far side. We got a whistle. Who's going to the sin bin? Gino got tripped up, so is that going to be a Penguins? Yes, sir. It is going to be Keandre Miller going to the sin bin. That means the Pittsburgh Penguins are getting ready to go on to the power play. Power play. Gonna be 2 minutes for hooking on Keandre Miller. Hopefully the Penguins don't do what they did last time they got a power play and choke up a breakaway goal in the first 9 seconds. Hopefully we're over that. Face off won by Carolina. Down low to the near side. Chatfield to the top of the zone. Puck gets cleared all the way out. Played by Stu. Over in his area behind his net. Leaving it to the near side. Carlson trying to get that puck out of the zone. Sends it down low. Over to the far side. Sidney Crosby. Trying to move it back now. Moving it up vertically through the neutral zone to the near side. Gino sends it now over to Carlson. Wing to the far side. Brian Russ sends it in front. Pass intercepted. And here comes Carolina on a chance. Dumping it up to the offensive end near corner. Try to be played by Stu, but right there is Jordan Martinook. Over to the far side. Played out now. That's Gino behind his own net. Cycling it around the far side. Moving it up now. Leaving a pass. Over to the far side and leaving it back again. Into the offensive end. Taken back by Carolina. And they clear it up. 1:02 to go on the power play. 7:06 to go in the period. Over to the far side. Passing over now to the near side. Off the stick of Crosby. Wing to wing pass. Center now to Crosby. Near side. Could not connect as it gets played up. Down low. And Carolina takes it back. Son of a gun. Here comes a chance. A breakaway. And a shot. Denied. Nice job by Stuart Skinner. As Seth Jarvis is denied on the breakaway opportunity. All right. A nice job there by Stu. Carlson getting beat by Jarvis. And Stu just sending that puck up in the air off his stick. So 39 seconds to go on the power play. Far side circle draw and the puck gets cleared up. Played now by Freddie Anderson to the far side. Along the boards. Carolina clearing it up. Into the offensive end they send it. Behind the net of Stu. Leaving it for Tanger. Here comes Chris Letang. Up through center of the defensive end. Now to the far side through center ice. Into the offensive end they go. Sending it down low. Chasing it out for Chatfield. And that puck comes loose. Top of the zone. Maintained by the Penguins for now. To the far side. 10 seconds to go in the power play. And it's going to be top of the zone. Kept in by Mantha. Over to the far side though. Carolina going to clear the zone. And the power play is going to expire. 6 minutes to go here in the second. Behind the net, here comes the stick of, I believe it's going to be Shea. Over to the far side. Could have been Connor Clifton too. Sent into the offensive end and back on in again. Behind the net, right back where we started. Cycling it around now. Over to the far side, gonna send it along the boards off of Soderblom. To the near side, dumped into the offensive end by the Penguins behind the net. And Freddie Anderson to the far side, Soderblom getting checked up there a little bit by Nikishin. And along the board, still sending it down low, Soderblom with a chance. Down low, cycling in front of the net, loose puck, and it goes loose to the far side. Gonna get moved out now by Taylor Hall. In through the neutral zone, here comes your chance. To the offensive end, down low, and into the corner. And the Penguins are going to be shorthanded. Going to be 2 for tripping on Parker Wotherspoon. So just like that, the Carolina Hurricanes are going to get their first power play. Unfortunately enough. Maybe the Pens can get a shorthandy. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see. In the meantime, taking a look around the rest of the NHL right now. End of the first, Senators and Caps tied at 0-0. But the New Jersey Devils, Connor Brown gets a power play goal, assisted by Jack Hughes and Nico Hischier. Hischier on a 2-point night, Brown on a 2-point night. Both of them with 1 goal, 1 assist. All right. So we'll see. Let us see. Oh, man. but we'll see. We will see. Okay. But yeah, just taking a look again as we have some time. Okay. So we'll see. Man, we're back here now in Raleigh. Looking at the Pens back-to-back weekend this Saturday and Sunday. The Jets and the Canes coming to town. Should be a good one. Okay. So we will see. We will see. So, far side circle draw. Ready to roll here. Pens out of their own defensive end. Carolina on their first power play of the game. Going to take the draw is going to be Connor Dewar. And here we go. Face off won by the Canes. Quick shot from the chance from the point. Back over to the near side. Svechnikov back to the point again. Cycling it around to the far side. Down low. That was from Nikishin. Down low to Jarvis. Jarvis up to Aho. Up to Nikishin. Nikishin back to Aho. Aho, Nikishin. Shot from the point. Going to be gloved by Stuart Skinner. Nice job there by Stu to freeze that puck up. Looking at Nikishin after that play. A nice shot. Just gloved down immediately by Stu. He ain't letting that one get by him. So here we go. Puck gets cleared all the way out by the Penguins behind the net of Freddie Anderson. Over to the far side, taken by Nikishin. Up to the far side through center ice. They're going to move it now. And into the offensive end. To the near side. Wrestled back by the Penguins trying to clear the zone. Down along the boards near side. Down into the corner. The Penguins have it. And they're going to get a chance to clear it to the far side. Now back on in behind the net. Taken there to the near side off of the stick of Nikishin. Moving it now through the defensive end. Over to Aho. Aho takes it through center to the near side. Jarvis to the offensive end down low. Playing it back up to the top of the zone. Nikishin wing to the far side and back again. Nikishin back again to the far side. Cycling it down low. Back up to Nikishin at the point. Nikishin looking for somewhere to go. Back again to the far side and not able to connect with the Ehlers cleanly. Carlson trying to wrestle it away. Shea trying to wrestle it away. And Kindle gets a chance to clear the zone. 32 seconds to go in the power play. 3:44 left in the second. Over to the near side. Racing it up into the offensive end. And the Penguins trying to take it back. Chris Letang along the near side now. Here it comes. That's going to be Dewar. Into the offensive end. They send it behind Freddie Anderson. Along the boards. 14, 13, 12 on the power play. Moving it up now out of the defensive end. Here come the Canes. Passing it back into the neutral zone. They move it through center to the far side. 3, 2, 1. Power play expires, but still having the zone presence. Shot in front, and he scores. Right as the power play expires, that is going to be Jackson getting the goal for the Hurricanes. Gonna put them up 2-1 over the Penguins. Yowzes. That's an unfortunate way to lose it. That's an unfortunate way to let that goal get by. He snuck around and just punched it right through. He was able to wrap it around, wrap it through Stu, and got it right in the 5-hole, actually. I thought he wrapped it around. No, he put it right through the 5-hole. Stu's pads were just a little separated, and he found that little gap in the 5-hole. Yowzes. All right. Well, Jackson Blake, that was his 20th goal of the season. And here we go. Looking over at Tanger after that, not real happy. So taken by Connor Clifton, back on in behind the net of Stu. Over to the near side, towards the top of the zone, punched out by the Penguins through center, but Carolina getting it back to the near side. Jarvis centering pass in front of the net. Nice defensive job to take that puck away. Solovyov racing it down from Svechnikov. Up to the near side, through center, the puck gets cleared. By the way, Taylor Hall and Nikolai Ehlers are on the assist for that Jackson Blake goal. And a quick shot to the far side, denied and frozen by Stu. Beard to beard, how's it going, man? Go Pens, yes sir, yes sir. They got a little bit of work to do though now. 1-1 this period, but 2-1's a scoreboard score. 29 shots for the record for Carolina. So for Stu to only have let up 2, I mean, he's over 900 save percentage on the night. You can't ask for much better. Pittsburgh, meanwhile, only 16 shots on net. So top of the zone, cycling it around, near side from Ehlers, down low, trying to connect off the stick of Walker, tied up in the corner. Along the boards, to the far side, cycling it around, Martinook, near side, pass deflected. Cleared up by the Penguins to the near side, now into the neutral zone, back to the defensive end is Kindle, looking for some room. Over to the far side, wing to the near to Gino. Gino from the point, passing down, nobody home. Taken back by the Canes. To the near side to the offensive end, that's Ehlers. Down low, dragging it, looking to find some help. Not getting a whole lot of it. Sending it to the top of the zone, and it's going to be back into the neutral zone, so Pittsburgh gets a free puck. Taken now by Gino. Over the far side, ready to move it now through center. And the puck comes loose, punched back up into the offensive end by Carolina. Over to the far side, the puck gets cleared in the neutral zone, but Carolina with it dumps it back in. Behind the net, over to the far side. Played by the Penguins, clearing it up through center, and that's going to be a Penguins icing. Son of a gun. 1:37 to go here in the second period, and the Penguins find themselves down 2-1. And the Penguins just ice the puck. Okay. Grab myself a one of these bad boys. So here we go. Top of the zone draw. Working with it now from Nikishin to the point. Shot. And not going to go. Over to the far side. Novak. Moving that puck up through center. Into the offensive end. They send it with a chance, but can't quite control it. Along the boards now. Down low. Carolina. Able to clear the zone. Taken by Solovyov. Into the offensive end. Around the near side. What was that whistle for? That was not offside. You cannot tell me with a straight face that was offside. But they're going to call the offside anyway. That's unfortunate. That is rather unfortunate. But we'll see. 1:16 to go in the period. Crosby going to take the draw against Aho. And the face-off in the neutral zone going to be won by the Canes. Late for the party, who scored? For the Penguins, it was Sidney Crosby. For Carolina, it has been, give me 1 second here, I can give you the names. It was Jordan Martinook, assisted by Jordan Stahl and Jacob Slavin, and Jackson Blake, assisted by Taylor Hall and Nikolai Ehlers. On the Crosby goal, Raquel and Carlson got the assists. But less than 1 minute remaining in the period, 1 minute. Over to the far side, played by Crosby up to the point. Broken stick now in front, chance shot, denied by Anderson. Russ sending it down low. 40 seconds to go in the period to the far side, now going to be trying up to the point, sending it down to the near side, down into the corner. Cycling it around up to the top of the zone, and we got a whistle. We got a penalty of some kind. Is it going to be, who's going to the sin bin? Svechnikov exchanging some words with Crosby. And it's going to be Svechnikov going to the sin bin. That means the Pittsburgh Penguins are going on the power play. All right. Oh, never mind. Crosby in the sin bin too. Svechnikov got holding of the stick and Crosby got a roughing minor. Oh my gosh. So I think that's just a minor they gave Crosby, but we're going to be playing, is it 4-on-4 or 5-on-5? I didn't catch what they were playing. Yeah, so it's 2-2. So we'll see. Is it 5-on-5 or 4-on-4? We'll see. Man, that's unfortunate. Welcome back, Sid. You're in the sin bin. I'm surprised Brendan Moore isn't blowing up at the refs, knowing him. Wait, the Penguins have a... No, it's not a Penguins power play. Whoa! Wait a minute. They're showing a Penguin power play, and I'm seeing 4 penalties at 19:28. I'm also seeing Andrei Svechnikov, 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike, 2 minutes for holding the stick, and Jackson Blake, 2-minute minor. So I guess he's serving the minor. So the Penguins are on the power play. Over to the near side, or far side, down low. Mantha back up to the top of the zone. Point shot, going to be gloved by Anderson. But I think Jackson Blake is serving the 2-minute unsportsmanlike penalty for Svechnikov. I think that's what it is. Are Pens playing worse when Sidney Kid and Malkin are back in? I don't know that they're playing necessarily that bad. I think part of the problem is that they struggle to play defense when they want to struggle, and they're just choosing to not really play defense today. Again, it's Carolina. It's a tough team. Carolina is an offensive juggernaut. But over to the far side, Wotherspoon centering pass to the near side. Rush shot kicked away. 2-1. And the second period will come to a close with a score. The Carolina Hurricanes 2. The Pittsburgh Penguins 1. Penguins still carrying 129 of power play into the third period. Shots on goal are 19 for the Penguins and 29 for the Hurricanes. But yeah, I think a lot of it comes down to when the Penguins want to play defense, they will win. And they will play well. Tonight, I think they're getting a bit aggressive, but also it's Carolina. Carolina is an offensive juggernaut. And I think really it is just that Carolina is a solid team, both offensively and defensively. And I would say only one of those goals was really on Stu. The first goal was not on Stu. It was a breakaway with speed on a shorthanded opportunity that you just botched. So it's not even Stu. Because, I mean, Stuart Skinner, he's faced 29 shots. He's saved 27 of 29. That puts a save percentage tonight at .931. You can't ask for much better. The problem is when your forwards aren't generating the goals because they're not able to generate the opportunities. And that's what the Penguins are struggling with right now. They're not generating the opportunities. So, we got to see if they can get them going in the third period, but it's going to be an uphill battle. Going to be a bit of an uphill battle. Man. That being said, I will step away real quick. I need to run and use the bathroom while we're at the intermission, so I'll be right back. All right. I am back. Let me get back and situated here, so that we are all good to go. Not gonna win any face-offs tonight? I don't know about that. Gino is really playing a lot of left wing, so it's really gonna be tough for him to get a face-off opportunity to begin with. Ever since the Chinikov trade, you know, he's really been a wing, so it's going to be difficult for him to get a face-off. But let me see, because he could get one from someone being kicked out. By the way, Senators and Capitals, nothing at the end, or at 13:07 left in the second, and Devils still up 3-2 on the Rangers after 2. Okay. Let's see. Face off. Oh, Evgeni Malkin did win a face off. He has a face off win and a face off loss. It was a good sport, Victor. I was just trying to check the other updates, so. Okay. Yeah, I was just trying to check that out, see if Gino won any draws. But yeah. I was. Okay. Yes, sir, Cheryl. Yes, ma'am. Bro. The Colts have signed Nick Westbrook-Akine and Akeem Davis-Gaither. So somebody reposts that and says, the person who stitches the names on the jerseys just quit. Oh, man. Let's see. Just taking a look on X here, see if we got any other news. Okay. Oh yeah, Pens absolutely need this game. They absolutely need this game. I mean, it's because you got the Isles breathing down their neck. Columbus is getting hot. Columbus is only one game back in theory. So, we will see. Okay. Yeah, Columbus is like scary. And the Penguins are only one game ahead of Columbus. So they gotta make something. something. They cannot afford to keep losing games. But their schedule, the hardest part of their schedule is over with for the most part. They still have a game against Colorado. They still got a game against Carolina. They still have some tough games. I think they have like the third or fourth toughest schedule left. But it has gotten better. So, anything need a point? Absolutely. Definitely a point. But the road ahead gets a little bit better. Saturday against Winnipeg, Sunday against Carolina, Tuesday against Carolina, then March 26th, that is next Thursday, at Ottawa. So, it gets a little better. You got Winnipeg, and you got Ottawa. Winnipeg, you should, knock on wood, should get 2 points, hopefully. Carolina at home, depending on what happens here, you probably pick up at least a point there. Colorado, you maybe get your pants rocked because you just rocked them at home. But then you got Ottawa, which I would hope you can get to. That could be, over the next 4 games after this, you're talking 5 points. Again, over a 50% point rate. And it's going to keep you in the thick of it. It's not going to win it for you, but it's going to keep you in it. And you just got to stay in it for the rest of March. Okay. So we'll see. We will see. Yeah, I mean, 4 or 5 points will be a win out of that series. It would keep you in it. At that point, you would have knocked off your Colorado games. You would have knocked off some of your other big games, right? Looking at the Penguins the rest of the way. After they get through that stretch, right? You got Dallas and New York Islanders. Those two are going to be some pretty tough games. I'd say you shoot for 2 points out of those. Detroit, if they keep doing the March of the Red Wings and having their annual March collapse, you could probably get 2 there. Tampa Bay's been up and down. You got 2 against Florida. You probably pick up 3, if not 4 points there. New Jersey, you can probably pick up 2 there. 2 against Washington, you pick up 2, maybe 3. And then St. Louis, you probably pick up 2 there. Your April, I see the Penguins getting 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I see the Penguins getting like 10 points in April. I see them getting like 10 points in April. So, you just got to keep yourself in the race. You have to survive the rest of March. Right? If I pull up the Islanders, and I see where the Islanders are at, right? With their remaining schedule. Because the Islanders are a big threat for the Penguins as well. I pull up their schedule. The rest of the way. They got Ottawa, which can give them trouble. Montreal, which can give them trouble. Columbus, which can give them trouble. Then they got Chicago. They probably get 2 there. They got Dallas, which could give them trouble. Then they got Florida. Again, probably a relatively easy couple points there. Or to the Penguins, yes, sir. But yeah, once they get out of March, they end up March with the Penguins and Sabres. Then their April is pretty tough. So the Isles, they have easy games now, but their April, Philadelphia, Carolina twice, Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal. You're talking probably 2 against Carolina over the 2 games. 2 against Philly. 2 against Toronto. That's 6. And then maybe 1 point between Ottawa and Montreal. Maybe 2. So you're talking maybe 8 points in the entire month of April for the Islanders. Right? Columbus, the way they're playing, they are very dangerous for anyone. 11 hours of watch time on a 3-minute short. That's nice. That's nice, man. But yeah, Columbus, on the other hand, they're scheduled the rest of the way. You got the Rangers. You got Seattle. Those are probably 2 wins, if I'm being completely honest. Then the Islanders, that's a toss-up. Philadelphia, I'd say probably a 2. Montreal, maybe 1. San Jose, maybe 2. We'll give them 2. Right? That's 9 points. Boston, we'll give them a point against Boston. That's 10. You know, back-to-back against Carolina, they probably get 2. That's 12. They play Winnipeg. That makes it 14. Detroit makes it 16. They probably drop Buffalo. And they probably get 2 points between Montreal and Boston. And then 2 against Washington. That puts them, I think, about 20 points, I think. So 20 points where they're at, which means the Penguins would need 18 points to match them. 18 points to tie them if my predictions come to fruition. Do the Penguins have 8 more points left in them into March? Because I think they get 10 points in April. Well, you got, let's see here. Winnipeg, that's 2. Between these 2 Carolina games, that's probably 4. You know, 2 and 2, however they come. That's 4. Right. Detroit will give them 6. And then if they split the Islanders and Senators, I can see 20. I think the Penguins, though, do have a path to 18. And I think 18 is going to be the number. 18 is going to be the number to tie Columbus. That's what I think the answer is going to be. I think you're going to need 18 points to tie Columbus, which is possible. And I really think the limiting factor now is going to be the Islanders. At this point, I genuinely think the Islanders miss the playoffs. I think the Metro is going to send Pittsburgh, Carolina, and Columbus in the order of Carolina, Pittsburgh, Columbus. So the Penguins have a bit more wiggle room because of the Islanders. The problem is the Islanders are like flip a coin. Do the Islanders win? It's heads. They win. Do the Islanders win? They win. Shoot, it's heads. You're not proving my point. Do the Islanders win? Stop not proving my point. It's heads. Do the Islanders win? Son of a gun. Oh, that don't count. Do the Islanders win? Stop proving me wrong. Do the Islanders win? There we go. My point is now proven. Oh, man. Overtime and shootouts is the Penguins' problem. That is their kryptonite. And if they miss the playoffs, it's going to be because of that. It's very difficult for a team to miss the playoff or to make the playoffs with 15 overtime losses, especially in a conference like the way the East is this year. It's very difficult to do it with 15 overtime losses. Yeah, the OT losses are better than regular losses, but if you can't win in overtime, that's just a simple problem. So, we'll see. We're getting ready for the third period. The Pens will have a minute 29 of power play time remaining to start off this period. And we'll see. They're saying no overtime on their bets. Got IROG saying, how do you like the Pirates this year? You know, I know why Bob Nutting spent money, and it was not to appease the fans, but I'm willing to give him a shot. I think this team is not going to be a basement dweller. I don't think they're going to be a playoff team, but I certainly think you're talking, out of your 163 games, you're talking 80 wins, give or take. For 160 games, you're talking close to 500. I think it'd be a close to 500, maybe slightly above 500 team. They actually are playing, you know, they got some good talent. I don't think they're going to be that good. The reason Bob Nutting spent that money was purely to keep Paul Skeens happy. It was not to actually compete. Paul Skeens doesn't care about the money. He wants the chance to compete for a ring. So he basically forced Bob Nutting's hand, saying, hey, you got a cash cow in me. If you want me to stay, then you gotta build a team. Because otherwise I'll walk in free agency and you'll get nothing. You know what I mean? And that's the problem. So, here we go. We are back here, ready to roll for the third period. But I am willing to give the Pirates a shot. I think they'll be a decent team. But here we go to the far side. Carolina wins the draw. Short-handed, going to clear it out of the zone. And giving chase back in over to the near side. Going to be taken off of the stick there of Erik Karlsson. Passing back. Moving it up now is going to be Raquel, passing back through center into the offensive end. Gino gets tripped up. Gino slides all the way into the corner. No penalty on that. Down around the near side, he might have just lost his edge. Mantha shot going to go into the glove of Frederik Andersen. All right, so 1-on-1 to go on the power play. Gino has some words to say with the ref. Did he get tripped up or? He did. He got tripped up by the skate of Stahl. But this is an interesting call. Does tripping apply if you take down a player with your skate? If you take down a player with your skate inadvertently, they did get the draw. They did get the penalty. Okay, good. I was about to say, because Gino was taken out by the skate, not the stick. I wasn't sure if there was legally a difference. But the Penguins are going to have a minute of 5-on-3 time. Top of the zone, Karlsson. With it from the point, down low to the far side, losing control, taken back by Raquel. Down low towards the near side. Yeah, so they did get the tripping call because he got tripped up by the skate. Top of the zone, Gino loses the puck, and the Pens got a tag up. Son of a gun. So here we go to the far side, Gino into the offensive end. 35 seconds of 5-on-3 time. Karlsson from the point, shot, he scores! Erik Karlsson ties the game at 2, and it was during 5-on-3, so the Penguins hold on to the power play. That is how you friggin' do it. Karlsson from the point, one-timer, zings the slap shot. And just for good measure, it was punched right back in. Who punched it in after the fact? Because it was an in-and-out kind of goal. Puck comes out, and I think Mantha just slapped it right back into the net. Like, yeah, you stay in there. He did. He did. So the Penguins on the minute 29 of power play time. All right. Let me take a look real quick just to see what the other penalty was. So over to the far side, dumped into the offensive end. And all the penalty was Jordan Stahl for the trip. So here we go. Around the far side. Cycling around Crosby to the point. Working it down now along the boards. Back to the point again. Losing control of that puck. And the Penguins clear themselves out. Over to the near side comes Tanger. Just under a minute to go in the power play. Over to the near side. Through center. Into the offensive end they go. To the far side. Driving it down. Back up to the point. Kept in by Raquel. Raquel. Wing to wing to the far side, Tanger. Back again to Gino to the point, back to Tanger. Tanger down low, passing, a chance in front. Not able to punch it through. Over to the near side, Carolina gonna move it and clear it out. 33 seconds to go on that power play. Behind the net of Stu. Picked up by Gino. Over to the far side, now up through center ice. Here he comes, leaving it back for Erik Karlsson. And back again to Raquel. Into the offensive end. Russ now. And it gets tripped up. That's going to be, I believe, Russ that got sent out into the corner. So to the top of the zone, near side. Shot by Russ. Not going to go. What happened to Russ? Did he lose his blade? Or did he lose his edge? I want to know what happened there, because Russ went sliding into the boards. Let me see here. Russ comes here. He shoots. No, that wasn't it. No, I'm trying to find where Russ got launched into the boards, but Here we go. Carlson to the near side. Crosby. Power play expiring. Shot loose over to the far side. And the puck gets cleared out as the power play expires to the near side. Stahl. Shot. And it goes wide of the net. Over to the far side. Played by Jankowski. Let's see. They got to watch now. The next penalty is going to be on the Penguins' watch. Well, we'll see. The Penguins have played a clean game apart from Crosby. And we got a whistle coming up here. A little bit of pushing and shoving. It looks like we got a penalty coming up. Oh, no. Here it is. Are they going to call the penalty? We'll see. We'll see if they call it. Oh, man. Crosby had the goal, but it was off the post. Oh, that's tough. He had the power play goal, but it was off the post. It looks like no penalty. They're just kind of breaking it up, which is fine. But the Penguins did get a penalty against him, so it might not necessarily go the way of Carolina next time penalties are called. So there's Carlson just jigging out on the bench. So Carolina near side shot, not going to make it. Over to the near side, the Penguins clearing it out of the zone. Here comes your foot race, going to beat out the icing, and played by Anderson to the far side. Along the boards, wrestling that puck away is Dewar, I believe, yeah. Soderblom in there as well, trying to break it up along the corner. Now down low, cycling it around, still tied up. Still tied up into the corner. Soderblom with it, top of the zone, taken back by Carolina. Now along the far side, over to center ice, into the offensive end from Riley. Far side centering to the point, near side chancing, and he shoots and scores. Oh, that was a nasty move. That was a nasty move by Taylor Hall to get the goal. But it's Taylor Hall taking out Logan Stankoven in the process after getting that goal. Man, why is it every time the Penguins get a goal, Carolina's going to immediately respond? That's the second time that happened, which isn't a lot. But hold on. If I had a nickel for every time the Carolina Hurricanes scored right after the Penguins, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Man, Hall punching a just dirty move working Stu, and then completely took out Stankoven. So here we go. The Pens with it now, wing to wing. And by the way, the Capitals getting a goal. We'll update that here in a second. Back up to the near side, and it's back into the defensive end. Chasing down low. That's Russ losing control, passing up in front to the point. The Pens get it back. This has happened a lot of games this season. Other team scores right after. Yeah, it's just frustrating when it happens. Near side, Stankoven, shot goes wide. The Penguins need to get a couple goals themselves in like quick succession to just get out of this rut. So over to the near side. Wotherspoon through center, going to go back. By the way, that goal for the Capitals was scored by Alexander Ovechkin, assisted by Rasmus Sandin. So here we go. The Pens back up into the offensive end. Chinikov, and they're offside. Never mind. Never mind. Oh, boy. So we'll see. We will see. Okay, let me just cycle over here. Taking a look at our poll over there in the chat, we got 32 votes, and we're splitting 72-28 in favor of the Penguins. Okay. So we got a face-off now. In the near side, taken into the offensive end, dumped by the Penguins. Cycling around the near side. Moving around Carolina. And to the top of the zone, Connor Clifton sends it to the far side. Now Carolina gets a chance to wrestle it out. They send it out now to the offensive end. With a chance to the near side, pass shot, not going to make it to the net. Over to the near side, Connor Clifton. Just about 15 minutes to go in regulation. To the far side, played out now into the corner, taken there by Keandre Miller. Clearing it up. The Penguins going to give chase. Taken by Connor Clifton. Over to the far side, passing back. Over to, I believe, Solovyov. Yep, it is Solovyov. Working around now the near side. Here comes the Penguins. Off of the stick there of Mantha. Over to the far side, though, it gets cleared out by Carolina. The Penguins out of their own end. From Solovyov to the near side. Punched up by Pittsburgh, and Carolina takes it back in their own end. Wing-to-wing pass for Carolina to the far side. Moving it through center. Into the offensive end they go, chasing it down low. Wrestled away by Kindle. Over to the near side, the puck goes. Taken now by Mantha in the corner. He's battling Stankoven for that puck, and the Pens get it back. Tanger over to the far side, and not able to clear the zone. Kept in by Nikishin. Down low to the far side, going to be moved out by Kindle now. And the puck gets sent back into the Pens defensive end. Over to the near side, that's Ryan Shea. Over to the far side, under 14 to go in regulation. Punching it up into the offensive end. Taken back by the Canes. Over to the near side. The Pens get it back along the near side boards. Punching it to the offensive end. And into the corner. Taken there off of the stick of... Never mind, wrapping it around. Chance in front for the Penguins. Can't get a clean shot. The Canes are bumbling over themselves. Over to the near side, down low, Solovyov racing for that puck, tied up with Eric Robinson. Over to the far side, big hit dished out by the Penguins. And that is going to be an offside on Carolina. A big hit dished out there by Connor Dewar, of all people, man. I like Dewar. I really do like Dewar. He's a very, very physical player. He is not afraid to get down and dirty and take you out if you're in the way. If you are in the way of the Penguins getting a victory, good night. You're getting laid out on the ice. Hope you brought extra protection. But I do have to say one thing. Considering the Penguins manhandled Colorado, usually after a manically high game, you come back down to earth. I personally was hoping the Penguins were going to win, but I was expecting a blowout. I was expecting a 3-1, 4-1 type of game for Carolina. So the fact that the Penguins pantsed Colorado on national television and are playing Carolina close, that's a win in my book. Yeah, you want to get the point, and you really do need the point. But looking at the positive, your letdown game was not a blowout embarrassment. I'm not saying the Pens are below that. They will get blown out embarrassingly at times. But the fact that this time they're facing against a very strong opponent in Carolina, who is still mad from their loss to Columbus yesterday. And the Penguins are coming off a massive domination, which they would usually come back to earth from. This is a win. Even if they drop it in regulation, as long as they don't give up 5 goals at the end, this still is a win for the Penguins in my book. It won't be reflected in the points column. It won't be reflected in the playoff standings. But the fact that this team can hang around on a letdown game and still manage to play really well against an opponent that is highly motivated, that is a very, very big thing to note. Taking a look at Gino on the points, all-time points leaders. He's number 24, I believe. But here we go to the near side. The Penguins chasing it into the corner, down low. Aho tied up for it as well. And over to the far side, it goes loose. The Penguins clearing the zone.
They lost.
What's up?
They lost.
Oh, not quite yet. But this is still a win in my book because Carolina has had a lot of motivation to win after getting blown out by Columbus. And usually after a big high, you have a letdown game. If this is their letdown game, playing Carolina tight in a 3-2 deficit, that's pretty good. But Rust, he shoots, he scores!
I don't know. It depends on if the Carolina's gonna be. Is Carolina gonna score again?
Well, come on, hang around. Let me mic you up.
Is Carolina gonna score again?
I don't know, but there you go. We'll mic you up, Dad.
I guarantee they're not gonna score again. I'll stay around. Right?
Oh my gosh. But yeah, and
Where's
also
the guarantee?
what?
Where's the guarantee? This doesn't work.
You gotta turn it on.
I did. It doesn't work.
There you go. But yeah,
doesn't
also
work.
Rusty
It
Shakes are
doesn't
half off
work.
tomorrow, so just saying. But here we go to the near side, chasing it out down low, and it's going to be icing on the Penguins. 12.5 to go here. 31 shots on net for Carolina, 23 for the Penguins. Overall, though, Stuart Skinner is having a pretty solid game. I don't fault Stu for the first goal.
I don't know I don't know how the goals work.
So the first goal was a botched power play mistake for the Penguins. They were on the power play, they failed to control the puck, and it led to a wide open breakaway with speed for Martinook. Martinook had speed on a breakaway, shorthanded on Stuart Skinner. Not much you could do on that. You know what I mean? Speed kills on breakaways.
Penguins are going to get killed.
But we'll see. A nice little glove stop there by Stu.
Because they play them again in a few games.
Sunday. The Pens have one game, I think, between now and then, and that's Saturday. Or is it 2 games? They might have 2.
No, they
have
play,
2.
They've got because they play a
No, one game.
they
one
play
game
a
between now and then.
low team next game.
Yeah, they play Winnipeg next and then Carolina. So it's just one game in between. But over to the far side, cycling it around and driving down, passing in front towards the near side. Into the corner, the Pens wrestling it away in the offensive end, potentially kept in by Tanger. Along the boards to Gino. Down low to the corner at Novak. Pass gets blocked. And Carolina now with Stahl. Gonna be passing across, taking back the Pens. Chance shot, deflected off of Anderson. Over to the near side from the point, Tanger. Cycling around the boards, passing down low, connects with Novak. Novak passing to the far side, shot from the corner, not going to go. Loose to the near side, taking Tanger. Shot, and it's going to be taken by Carolina off of the stick of Keandre Miller. Puck gets cleared all the way out, and the Penguins are forced to give chase. Out of their own end now. Here comes Shea. Moving it along the far side now. Clifton through center. And played off of Anderson to the far side. Brazeau in there. Trying to wrestle it away from Nikishin. By the way, that Brian Russ goal is unassisted. Over to the near side. The Penguins. It's going official as unassisted right now. But yeah.
Yeah, but they'll change that.
I don't know. Usually they wait till they have the end. So they sometimes will change it after that, but once it shows on broadcast, usually
they will.
But we'll see. Into the corner, down low, behind the net to the far side, off of the stick there of going to be Hall. A shot to the near side, denied. Loose in front, passing, still denied off of Stuart Skinner.
Get that thing out of there!
Over to the far side, along the boards, moving it up Carolina, sending it down low into the corner towards the near side, and up to the top of the zone.
Get it out of there!
Cycling around to the point to the near side, Riley passing, centering, over to Nikishin, over to the far corner. Now to the top of the zone, Stankoven from the far side. Nice job, Mantha, to get physical there.
Get it out of there!
And the puck comes out of the zone. So Carolina gets it back out of their own end. In the defensive end is going to be Nikishin with that puck. Trying to find some room here. The third period halfway gone. Over to the far side, intercepted. Russ sends it to the offensive end. Back in behind the net of Anderson to the near side. Played off of the stick of Aho. And not the Penguin, Sebastian Aho. Yes, they have a Sebastian Aho. And over to the far side, here comes Svechnikov looking for some help from the point. Cycling around the near side. Nice job, Carlson, defensively. Over to the far side, the Pens trying to flip it out. And they will. Going to be taken there off of Chatfield. Wrestled away into the defensive end. Carolina gets it to the far side. Into the offensive end. Chatfield sends it down behind the net to the near side. And going to be taken by Carlson. E.K. Carlson. Clears it out. Going to be off of Freddie Anderson to the far side. Back across to the near. Going to connect. That one going to be off the stick. I believe it's Slavin. Yep, Slavin with the puck from behind his own net. Moving it up now. Passing to the far side through center. That going to be from that off the stick of Miller. Into the corner to the near side. Carolina centering pass. Shot denied by Stu. 8:59
You better
to go
make
here.
your money, Stu. No more goals this game. Make your money.
I would say I agree, but the Penguins aren't known for playing defense. You can't blame Stuart Skinner for giving up a goal on a breakaway with speed.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying make your money now. Don't let another goal in.
Yeah, but if they let's say they let up a breakaway with speed, how is, yes, Stu can stop it, but you can't expect your goalie to stop it. You got to play defense.
I'm paying the money.
Especially
That's what I'm paying the money to do.
Your goalie has faced already 35 shots this game.
It's okay. He's got to learn.
You can't teach an old dog new tricks, Dad.
He's supposed to be this great goaltender. Make your money.
He's essentially Tristan Jarry, but can be more temperamental, but has been less temperamental in Pittsburgh. It was a lateral move at goaltender. It wasn't no vertical move. He still has the problems when they don't play defense in front of him, just like Jarry did. Just like Jarry's struggling in Edmonton. They're not playing defense. They're thinking that a new goalie will magically fix their defensive issues, and surprise, surprise, a goalie change doesn't magically solve your defense. Believe it or not. Oh, man.
Make your money.
Take a look around the rest of the NHL real quick. The Devils and we have 3 goals to update Yins on here. So
3 goals? 3
yes.
goals? Only 3?
Yes, the Devils. Timo Meier, assisted by Paul Cotter, made it 4-2 Devils, but Connor Sheary, assisted by Matthew Robertson and JT Miller, made it 4-3 with 10:05 to go in the third. And then the Washington Capitals, Tom Wilson, assisted by Trevor Van Riemsdyk and Pierre-Luc Dubois, able to make it 2-0 there. And that's good. We want the Capitals to win because Ottawa is a threat for a wild card spot. So.
Ottawa down. Ottawa down. Ottawa down. Yep.
I'm surprised you can't hear them.
She just came back from.
So here we go to the near side, down low, battling along the boards in their own defense.
Out of there.
The Penguins trying to flip it out and over to the far side. Played by Jankowski, top of the zone.
Yes,
losing
yes,
control. Here comes
go.
your chance. Oh my gosh. So here we go to the far side, taken back and battled for in the center ice area. Big check dished out by none other than Connor Dewar. Over to the far side, Elmer Glue Guy Soderblom sends it to the near side to Nola Chari. Along the boards. Yes, or it's actually Connor Clifton on the near side. Yes, they've been calling him Glue Guy.
Why?
Dad, it's Elmer Soderblom.
I didn't know what his first name was.
How'd you not? Over to the far side, touch the cob, behind the net, cycling around, shot, and frozen up by Stewart. Dad, you're the king of dad jokes. How did you not know Elmer Soderblom?
Well, if you had told me his first name was Elmer, then I would have figured it out.
I said it was Elmer Glue Guy Soderblom. I
didn't hear the Elmer.
I said it.
Some
Roll
of us,
the tape.
Being old,
roll the tape.
Get hard of hearing.
Oh man, Carolina will have power play before the game's over. Watch and see. Well, we'll see. Carolina has not had a power play. The Penguins have taken 1 penalty, but the Penguins ended up getting a power play on that because there was 2 minors at the same time against Carolina when Crosby took a 2-minute minor.
You just jinxed them. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Jason. Now we know who to blame if the Carolina wins this. It's Jason. Jason.
So a bit of extracurricular back in behind the net after a whistle. 7:43 to go in regulation. Carolina with 36 shots on goal, with Stuart Skinner stopping 33 of them. And Pittsburgh with 26 shots on goal, with Frederik Andersen stopping 23. Well, that looks like it might be unfortunate timing. That's unfortunate timing. Carolina's going to go on the power play. As it's going to be Sidney Crosby getting 2 for tripping. Crosby for tripping. I didn't see it.
Told you. You jinxed them. You jinxed them.
Oh my gosh. Watch, they won't score on the power play. So here we go to the near side.
Now they're going to score.
Send around Blake to the near side.
Blame!
And now back to Blake. Centering down low again. Able to go back to Blake. Shot denied. Nice block there. I believe that was... Who was that? Soderblom? Let's see. Rory's saying, yeah, they're going to score. No, they won't. Just you wait. So here we go. Over to the far side. Cycling it through center to the offensive end. Driving down low to the near corner. Tied up along the boards now towards the top of the zone. Sent around off of the stick of Taylor Hall. Down low, wrapping it around in front. Chance.
I told you. Blame it on Jason. Jason. And that's the game.
Not quite. 6 on 5, Dad. Wow. Stankoven on the goal. Gonna be Logan Stankoven. Oh my gosh. That's unfortunate. I've said stuff before and not jinxed it. Many times before. I was confident in the Pens power play. Problem is, Ryan Shea tried to play the puck on the goal. It was a failure of trust in defense. Ryan Shea was trying to play the net when he should have been playing the pass. That's exactly what happened there. Ryan Shea was playing the wrong thing. So here we go to the far side. Oh, man. That was good, Rory. 6:52 to go. Penn still got a shot. I'm not sweating too much just yet.
Oh, I am. It's over.
Oh, my gosh. No, we're not going to try that again, because clearly tonight I'm in the jinxing mood, even though typically I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Typically I'm not in the jinxing mood. We'll see. The ref's talking something over with the Penguins bench. And the Carolina equipment manager's over there. Oh, that's what happened. It was a puck into the bench, and one of the Penguins coaches got hit. Wow. I did not see that, but yeah, that's what happened. One of the Penguins coaches got hit, so Carolina's staff over there helping out. And going down the tunnel. Probably going to get some stitches there, it looks like, because they got a towel on the head. But we'll see here. Oh my gosh. Bro, typically I don't jinx that much. But we'll see. Taking a look at Ryan Shea over there. Out there as well is going to be Tommy Novak. Looking now at Brindamore. And here we go. Far side circle draw. Ready to roll. Going to be won by the Penguins to the near side. Off the stick of Gino. Wing to wing. Moving it now. That's going to be off of Shea. Flipping it to center. Taken by Novak now to the offensive end. Chinikov tied up for that puck. Comes up low over to the near side. Along the boards. And battle for at center ice. Flipped up into the neutral zone and across to the far side. Into the offensive end. Never mind. Carolina back out the other way. Into the offensive end. Stopped by Stu. Played to the far side. Stahl on the attack. Over to the near side. The Pens flipping it up now. Tommy Novak losing control of it. Keandre Miller now past Stahl. Shot goes wide. And the puck goes out of play. Okay. So we'll see. 6:14 to go here. Pens still have time. Let's take a look over here. Okay. So 6:14 to go. Carolina rolling with a 4-3 lead. And here we go. We got a face-off to the right of Stu. Won by Carolina. Sending it down low to the near side. Over to the far goes Wotherspoon. Big check dished out. Wotherspoon sending it out in front. Taking back Carolina's shot. And it goes high and out of play. All right. Take a look at that. So essentially, Wotherspoon just stood there and Aho flopped on the deck or dropped on the deck and flopped like a fish.
He missed the left side.
Yep. It was just a missed shot that just, thankfully. But here we go. Far side going to be won by the Canes so purely that Chatfield has to chase it down into his own end. Over to the far side. Cleared up now into the offensive end. Here comes Svechnikov. Tripping up a little bit there. Penn trying to get it back in front of the net. And over to the far side, now centering past the Pens with it. Here comes Brian Rust. Sends it to the offensive end, chasing it down to the corner. Over to the near side, Raquel. Down low, 6-7, 6-7 to the far side. Over to Rust. Along the boards, now to the near side, able to connect. Trying to send it up the other way, Carolina. Oh, a big puck into Erik Karlsson. It's not your fault. It's all good, Cheryl. It's all good. Over to the near side, Karlsson from the point. Cycling, shot, he scores! Erik Karlsson! Let's go!
Look at that pig right there.
What?
Look at that pig. He's blind.
Oh.
You get it?
Oh my gosh. But a nice shot by Erik Karlsson. I gotta say, that's one of the favorite things I've been doing as of late. Calling out the names like that. Like going as long as I can.
Now, can you at least get through this third period tied?
My mouth is shut.
You better be shut.
And here we go, the Penguins running around center ice track, gonna be won by Carolina. Cycling on around to the near side, puck comes loose. Taken by the Penguins, flipped into the offensive end behind the net of Freddie Anderson to the near side. Along the boards, moving it out the other way. Here come the Canes through center. Into the offensive end they go to the far side, puck goes loose. Taken by the Penguins, into the offensive end. Here comes Kinder. It's goal!
Uh-oh. Is it truly a goal?
Well, I gotta call the rest of the game like this now, I think.
Is it truly a goal?
I think it is. But that means I gotta call the rest of the game like this because, well...
I saw it toward the end of that, or the referee go like this, and I wasn't sure whether there was like offsides or something like that.
No, that was not offside.
See, watch. That guy, and then he points to the middle, so I guess he's saying goal. The guy over there.
The goal, they point. They point when it's a goal.
Yeah, but he pointed to the center ice. So.
Oh, center ice? That's showing where the faceoff's going.
Yeah.
They always point to where the faceoff's going. Well, guys, we can do is absolutely. Also,
but whenever he's pointing up there, I thought maybe he was pointing that it was like an offsides or something like that.
But also, Cheryl said to be positive. So here we go, over to the near side. The Penguins cycling around. Shot by Carolina, not going to go. And there's the goal horn finally getting played from that goal. But here we go. Top of the zone, Carolina to the near side. Off the stick of Miller shot, not going to go loose. What a save by Stuart Skinner! Oh my word! Save of the century by Stu.
I would not say that. I would not say that, Jason.
What?
Save of the century. I would say save of the hour. Yeah.
Well, I said save of the year, but still.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he may have a better one coming down the pipe sometime.
Hopsy's saying your dad looks like Richard Dreyfuss.
Richard Dreyfuss. I wish I had his money.
Oh man, what's good, Hopsy? How you doing, man? We got Main Bub saying, "Let's go Pens! Let's go Pens! Let's go Pens!
I don't know.
Let's go Pens!"
Let's see. We shall see.
Well, we'll see. The Penguins holding on to a 5-4 lead now. By the way, for the record, those goals, let's go ahead and get the assists. Ziarock saying, you think we blow it? I would not put it past the Penguins, but I'm not going to comment.
Up!
I've seen worse. I've seen 5-2 with 10 minutes to go in the third against the Sharks. We were live for that, so I wouldn't put it past them to blow a 1-goal lead with 4:24 to go.
But now if they blow it, guess who? He jinxed them.
Oh my gosh. But diving into the assists real quick of those two quick Penguins goals, they were going to be the first goal by Erik Karlsson, assisted by Parker Wotherspoon and Sidney Crosby. Crosby.
Now, do we have anybody in the chat that's voting, that's rooting for Carolina?
Well, we got 42 votes in the poll, and we're split 69-31 in favor of the Penguins. But then the Ben Kindle goal assisted by Anthony Mantha and Ilya Solovyov.
I mean, the Hurricanes are going to be number one in the division, I think.
Well, if the Pens can peel these two games off of Carolina, this game and then the one on Sunday, that is big. That essentially closes that gap by 4 points, which means it's only a 3-point gap in theory.
I'm more concerned. I'm not concerned about
the wild card. The wild card are top 3 in the division.
I'm more concerned with the Islanders.
I'm not. I'm concerned with Columbus. I think the Islanders fall off with their schedule and their inconsistencies. I think it's going to be Carolina, Pittsburgh, Columbus in that order.
The problem is I don't see the Penguins keeping on that.
Yeah, but their April gets easy.
And the Islanders were winning so much.
Yeah, but the Islanders have been less consistent than a coin flip as of late.
Yeah, but the problem is they're tied. They keep winning.
But the Penguins also
have to keep winning.
The Islanders might jump out ahead of the Penguins for a couple days, but the Islanders' schedule is so evenly spread, and it is a pretty tough schedule. The Penguins is so front-loaded into March. I think they get 10 points in April, and I think like 6 games or 7 games. I think they get 10 points. So, but yeah, I remember that one, IROC. We were live for that one. I was in this chair watching that collapse. It was frustrating. Ben Kindle was 11 when the Pens last beat Carolina at home.
Yeah, but you know what's different in that collapse? I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, or people out there correct me, wasn't that when Jari was the goaltender?
Yes, but it's not just Jari. The problem stems more than Jari.
But what I'm saying is that it was Jari, and they were just not.
They weren't playing defense,
and they didn't have the personnel that they had now.
To a point, yeah. It's still the majority of the same people, though. But Shea, wing to wing. Oh, your dad, something else. Oh, he really is. He really is. Thank you, Nash. I always appreciate that, bro. These are all updated.
Get that thing out of there.
You don't gotta worry. The scoreboard, the timer, the period, this up here, the sub count tracker, that's all automatic. So you don't gotta worry about that. It gets updated.
When
to the near side, Miller to the point. Cycling around to the point, near side chance. Keandre Miller pass shot. He shoots and scores. Oh, son of a gun. Oh, son of a gun. 5-5. The Pens are trying to look at it maybe for goalie interference. They're talking with the coach. They're talking with the video coaches.
They always look.
Yeah, but there was also like a communication device too being used. So
no, there's no goalie interference in that.
Well, I don't know if they're looking at something, but thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate that. I try to provide the best coverage I can. But yeah, so there we go. That was, I believe, Logan Stankoven on the goal. Those Logan Stankoven.
That means that I'm still okay if they get a point out of here.
Absolutely.
But I'm not confident they can do that.
What'd you do while I was gone? I called part of the game like this, and I think I got to go back to it because the Penguins got 2 goals and gave up none when I covered the game like this. So we'll go for it. Oh man. Though, Dad, if it goes to OT, you got to stand. We always stand for OT on this channel. So here we go, over to the near side corner. Erik Karlsson playing it to the far side along the boards. Puck gets cleared through center. Here comes your chase. Taking it. Ooh, that's close to offside, but not going to be offside. In front of the net to the near side, Karlsson with a chance to the point to the far side. Shot in front. Not going to go. Cycling around. Shot off the post. Over to the near side.
It was off the back of the net.
It was still very close. But over to the far side, played off a Waterspoon, down low to Raquel. Raquel cycling it around to the near side, down low, passing around to the far side in front of the net. Shot! Not going to make it to the net. Puck loose in front, taken by Carolina. Sebastian Aho not able to play it out, though. Raquel, 6'7", 6'7", gets it. And over to the far side, Aho now going to clear the zone. Puck goes loose to the near side, played by the Penguins. Into the offensive zone, no try, shot denied. Over to the far side, played out, cleared out, never mind. Not cleared out, now it gets cleared out. Elmer Glue Guy Soderblom was not able to get onto it. And that puck goes back on in behind the net of Stu to the near side. Stu gets collided into by his own teammate, and the Penguins move it up through center. By the way, Walker and Ehlers got the assist on that Keandre Miller goal.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh,
to the near
no.
side corner. Dad's having a heart attack. Over to the near side along the boards. And taken back wing to wing to the far side. Here comes Carolina into the offensive end. Near side pass center. Shot kicked away by Stu. 1:20 to go here in regulation. Over to the near side into the defensive end come the Penguins. Cheryl saying, Dad, stop. So behind the net is Stu, playing with that puck. A minute to go here in regulation. Puck gets cleared all the way out by the Penguins. Played by Frederick Anderson, no icing. Behind the net to the near side, here comes your chance. Ehlers through center. Into the offensive end he goes, trying to find some help. Sends it around to the point. Not able to, down low, taken by Wotherspoon. Tied up for that puck. 46 seconds to go here in regulation. Loose in front of the net. Chance shot. Not going to go. Goes high. Over to the near side. Playing it along the boards. And the Pens take it away in the defensive end. 35 ticks to go. Into the offensive end. They send it to the far side. Taken there off of the stick of Mike Riley. Almost said Morgan Riley. He's on the Leafs. Over to the center area of the defensive end. Here come the Canes. Moving it up into the offensive end to the near side corner. Down low. Taken by the Penguins. 17, 16, 15. Through center. Pass intercepted by the Canes. Dumped into the offensive end to the near side. 10, 9, 8. Carlson clears it out. 6, 5. Oh no. 4.7 and the Penguins ice the puck. Oh no. That was the one thing you couldn't do. You could do anything but that. Oh, no. This faceoff is a must-win. This faceoff is a must-win. You cannot lose this faceoff. You got to win the faceoff, send it down low, send it around the corner, and go to overtime. That's what you got to do. You have to win the draw. Who's going to win the draw? It looks like they put Ben Kindle in there. And they're giving Stahl a 75% chance to win the faceoff. And it's going to be won by the Penguins near side, 2. Now Carolina clears themselves out, and we got overtime.
But they still haven't gotten a point yet.
Yes, they did.
Do they get a point
overtime?
Whenever it goes to overtime,
yes.
They get 1 point.
Yes.
Regardless of who wins.
Yes.
In overtime.
Yes.
Okay.
Overtime, it's the category is called OTL.
Okay.
So you know what you got to do, Dad. Rise it up.
Which means
we stand for overtime on this channel. Which means, Dad, rise
we're
it
not
up.
at overtime yet.
Well, when we
they
start,
haven't dropped the puck yet.
well, when we start playing, there we go.
So, what do you think, people? Who wins it in overtime? Pens or
man.
Carolina? What
Let
do
me
they
pull
think?
up the monitor here. Do what we need for the W. We always stand for overtime on this channel. That is the one thing I always have done. Pretty much, I think, since the Vegas Devils game.
So who wins in overtime and who gets the overtime goal?
That's a tough one. Right now, the Penguins feel like they kind of have the momentum going. To a point. Okay, I can't use my earbuds. I just have to trust that the audio sounds right. So I trust you guys will let me know if it sounds abysmal. So
I think if it's a Penguins goal, then I think it might be Sidney Crosby.
No trouble.
You know?
I can see Crosby. I can see Crosby getting the OT winner if it's the Penguins.
Now,
Or Igor Chinikov. Chinikov's been silent tonight. We haven't really been calling his name. Okay, just please don't make me watch the Penguins try and win another shootout. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Matt, the Penguins and shootouts, yeah. That's matches in dynamite.
wow.
All right. So you ready, Dad? Here we go. It's ready for overtime, boys. Let's go. Let's go. I don't know if it's the 16th OT loss, High Rock. I don't know about that, but we'll see. Man.
For the Penguins?
Yeah, they have 15 OT losses this year.
Could
Okay?
be.
Stand for overtime.
Could be.
Come on in tight. You're a little bit out of frame.
right here.
There you go. So here we go. Center ice draw. Sidney Crosby against Jordan Staal. Never mind, it's going to be Brian Rust against Jordan Staal because Sidney Crosby gets the boot. So, ready to roll. Center ice draw here. Crosby a little bit offside. Got to get him back on. There we go. Up. And we got a false draw because Crosby jumped the gun. He's antsy. Crosby is antsy to get this game winner. He is antsy to get the game winner. So here we go. Rust. Gonna take the draw. It's gonna be won by Carolina. Into their own end. Keandre Miller with the puck. Cycling it around behind his own net. Trying to create some room. Crosby trying to pick his pocket.
This is not good.
The Pens got a point at least. Over to the near side. Taken by Aho. Now backing around the near side off Seth Jarvis' stick. And over to the far side center now. To the near side comes Aho. Into the neutral zone. Passing back. Trying to create some room. Cycling it around. That's going to be off the stick of Miller. Down low into the corner. Taken back now to the near side. Off the stick of Miller again. Pass almost intercepted, but taken into the offensive zone. Jarvis over to Aho. Aho not able to control it. Nice job there by Gino. Top of the zone, and the Canes clear themselves out with 4:15 to go in overtime. Now it's going to be Miller out of his own end. To the near side. Bresled away into the corner. Gino. He's going to get held up and along the boards. Puck comes loose, taken back by Carolina through center. Seth Jarvis to the far side, working around. Nice job there by Tanger to hold him up. Aho cycling around, trying to pass towards the near side, trying to center it, and the puck is going to be taken by the Penguins. Possessions are domination in overtime, and to the far side. Somehow that wasn't offside. I was kind of scared for a second.
I thought that was going to be. I thought that was offside too.
Yeah, that looks very offside to me. Gonna be good. We'll see. We'll see, Cheryl. Let's go. So 3.5 to go in overtime. Here comes Ricard Raquel, 6'7", himself. To the near side. Passing it up now to the offensive end. Here comes Erik Karlsson with speed. Trying to pass it across to the far side. Cycling Rust. Looking for some room. He's going to take it back into the neutral zone. 3:17 to go in overtime. Hey, this is fine. If there's not a shooting lane, don't take a stupid shot and give the puck up.
No, I understand.
That's a smart call. But here we go. To the far side. Down low. Into the corner, Rust, passing up, able to connect. Over to Karlsson to the near side, down low, Crosby. Crosby looking for some room, over to the near side. Passing over to Chinakhov. Chinakhov taking it down low, Crosby, I believe, going for a change. Cycling around now to the far side. Yep, there's Tommy Novak to Tanger. Shot! Going to be off the glove of Anderson. Puck comes loose to the near side, and the pass is no good as one of the Canes loses their edge. Over to the far side of the offensive end. Here come the Penguins. Tommy Novak to the near side. Chinakhov shot! Denied by Freddie Anderson. Taken back by the Pens. Passing down low. Novak working with it into the corner. Trying to cycle it around. And over to the near side. Puck is loose. 2:23 to go in overtime. And Novak going to take it back into the neutral zone. Back to the offensive end. Losing possession.
That was bad.
Yeah, that was a bad zone entrance attempt. But here we go. Behind the net now is going to be off the stick of Slavin. 2:10 to go in overtime. This is the second full possession for Carolina. Into the neutral zone, trying to punch it into the offensive end. They go. Absolutely, John. It is overtime. Blake in his own end now, wing to wing. Back again to Blake. Taking it back on in behind his net. Raquel is right there trying to take it away. Along the far side now. Here it comes off the stick of Nikishin. Battling it now is going to be Gino, and Raquel dishing out a big hit, but he gets spun around more so than Nikishin. Puck gets cleared to the far side. Blake driving in, passing across near side, back again. Can't get a shot off his Blake because he can't handle the puck. Top of the zone. Down low into the corner. Oh, that was the overtime goal right there. That was the game winner that Jackson Blake just missed. Go to the near side, Nikishin. Top of the zone, down low. Pass taken back by the Penguins. Here comes Gino.
Come on, Gino.
And
do
hey,
something.
I'm just saying this now. The one shootout win the Penguins have, we were live for. Against an Eastern Conference team in a playoff position. Just saying. But here we go.
But you got to get to that. I don't know
Over to the near side. 1 minute remaining in overtime. 1 minute. And taking back Aho wing to the far side. That's going to be now off the stick of Sean Walker into the corner. Wrestled away. Here come the Penguins to the near side. Here's your chance. Ben Kindle or Sidney Crosby. He shoots. Denied. It was actually Ben Kindle, not Crosby. 43 seconds to go in overtime. Through the center of the defensive end. Moving it up now to the near side. Into the offensive end. Come the Canes down low. Cycling it around is Aho to the far side. 32 seconds remain in overtime. Over to the near side. Passing across. Shot. And he scores. That's your game winner. 28.3 seconds to go. Carolina ends up getting the win. Wow.
I knew it. I mean, I knew they were going to win that.
Wow. And that game winner is going to go to Sean Walker. There's your game winner, folks.
Well, they got a point.
Oh, absolutely, Rory. Absolutely. Our next stream will be on Saturday. We're doing a triple header Saturday, I think. We got the Penguins game on call against the Winnipeg Jets. We got the Dallas Stars.
That's a must win.
Absolutely. Then we got the Dallas Stars taking on the Minnesota Wild. And the St. Louis Blues taking on, I believe, the Vancouver Canucks. I'll have to check. Oh, yeah, Dad's definitely a Pens fan. Dad is absolutely a Pens fan. But yes, sir, Wild Wild West getting the Carolina getting the win in hard-fought fashion. Rather unfortunate for the Penguins, but what you gonna do? You got a point on Carolina. Considering that this was supposed to be a letdown game, and in my mind, I thought Carolina was going to dominate 4-1, 5-1. Just think about it. Carolina got dominated by Columbus. They were playing angry. The Penguins just came off of the biggest game of the year in an absolute panting of the best team in the NHL on national television. There was going to be a letdown game for the Penguins tonight, to some degree. And Carolina was extra motivated, so that gap I thought was going to lead to like a 4-1, 5-1 victory for Carolina. So the fact that they ended up getting a point out of that is a major win in my book. Yeah, you want the 2, but you at least get a point. And your letdown game.
I would have loved to have gone to a shootout. And if they lost in the shootout, then they lost in the shootout.
Yeah, but still, 3-on-3, it's tough to defend 3-on-3. The reason they did 3-on-3 was to essentially eliminate the shootout effectively. Or limit the shootout. So, can't really complain too much. Can't really complain too much on that. But that being said, I do think I am going to wrap this up here because I got to finish making my March Madness bracket that I can print. And print like 35 times to fill out each bracket. Like I refuse to do it electronically. I always do it on paper. And the problem is that all the other brackets have so much excess black ink used. You do black and white. That I'm like, I'm just going to make my own bracket, my own blank bracket, and fill it in. So, got to finish up that tonight. But if you guys did enjoy, drop a like, drop a sub. Always appreciated. You got anything else you want to tell the people, Dad? If you so, shout it. He don't got nothing for you guys. He don't care about you guys. So with that, we'll get you guys. Next stream will be on Saturday. I'll catch you guys then. Peace out and have a good one. Good night, Sports Victor. Good night.